or guests and should not be interpreted as statement of fact. Independent fact-checking and corrections are encouraged.
Can we get a cup of coffee in here, please?
Damn good coffee and hot.
Wake up, America. You've got a dog that needs walking. That's right, sunshine. Just put on a big pot of strong coffee and get ready to type your little hate mail with your opinions about kumbaya and flat earth insanity. Stand-up comedy? You want stand-up comedy? Well, we've got sit-down comedy. It's time for Coffee with a Dog. You make me laugh.
Not so much me making you laugh or you making me laugh. You just laugh on your own. Find something to laugh about. Thankful for your ability to laugh. Use a little color. Use a little color. You can do this. Change the whole paradigm. Do this. I was on a Zoom call yesterday and met with my color settings, and it screwed me up. Good morning, folks. It is Thursday, November 23rd, 2023. Thanksgiving Day, and it's a pleasure to have you here. It's an early time to be here, starting an hour early, so we are not on PBM TV until an hour from now, whatever that is. It's 9 o'clock here, 6 o'clock on the West Coast, where they are. So you know what? Don't have any kind of a show planned here today. Just cooking a bird is what's happening. Cooking a bird, and I figured, why not? Somebody's there, and if you want to stop in, I'm going to put the link to the show in the chat room, and if you want to join, it's pretty simple. You just click that link, and you can join, pop in, and have a say. Tell me what you're thankful for. If not, no big deal. I don't expect a whole lot of people. It won't be like last year when we had several people be popping in and had a little bit of party of it. But, the door's open. That's all I'm saying. Here's the link right here. I'm putting it in now. Oh, that's not the chat room. Hold on. Let me put it in the chat room here. A little discombobulated. That's fine. What am I thankful for? Well, I mentioned yesterday, I'm thankful for my wife. I'm thankful for my home. I'm thankful for my friends and family, my few real friends and my family. I'm thankful for the opportunity to do the things I like to do when time permits. I'm thankful for that I still have some life, and I'm not yet ready for nursing home or hospice or any of that kind of stuff. So there's stuff to be thankful for. I think that's pretty much sums it up. The people in my life who I really cherish: my wife, my family, my friends. Having a roof over my head, having some, what I would say is good enough health, good enough to get through the day. And whatever you're thankful for, I'd love to hear about it. Anyway, you can join me in the chat room. Tell me what you're thankful for. You can pop in. There's a link in Facebook and YouTube chat rooms, not so much in the Rumble or PBM TV. So I'm going to put that in the banners and put that across the screen. So if anybody wants to join, they can. I will be tuning into the parade at some point. Let's see what's going on here. It's not letting me paste this in this link. There you go. It's kind of a long link, but I will be skipping over to parade coverage at some point and seeing what I can get happening over there. Anyway, and that might cause me a copyright strike, but I will be claiming Fair use says we will be commenting on some of the stuff in the parade as we do that, and it'll be short bursts and all that kind of stuff. And if they want to give me a copyright strike on it, I'll take it. I'll take it like a man. If you're, well, first of all, let's start with the big terrorist attack yesterday. Did you hear about the big terrorist attack? The attempt at destroying America by the explosions on the Rainbow Bridge between Niagara Falls, Canada, and America. Apparently, jihadists were attacking America, except here's the problem. And it was all over Fox News and the right-wing blogosphere and Twittersphere and shitosphere and all that kind of stuff. Minutes after a car exploded on the bridge, they were quick to go on to every channel and every outlet they could to tell the people of America we were under terrorist attack, and it's all Biden's fault. The only problem with that is, turned out, and they claimed their car was full of explosives, and it was just we were lucky that we avoided a major terrorist attack. Well, it turns out it was a rich guy from Buffalo, New York, going to Canada, to Toronto, to see a Kiss concert. And the Kiss concert got canceled. Him and his wife were on their way there, and they were going to make a quick change to go to a casino. Something happened. They had an accident. They went flying in his $300,000 Bentley. The car crashed and blew up. It was not a terrorist attack, but we found that out 4 hours after the right-wing blogosphere and Twittersphere and shitosphere and social media nonsense and all over the network had been claiming it was a terrorist attack for hours. It was all Joe Biden's fault, and showed no remorse whatsoever or embarrassment for their jumping the gun, immediately putting out a false narrative and getting people riled up like that. And they had been waiting for an opportunity, anything by any border that looked like it could be related to terrorism. They were ready to jump on that and capitalize on it and blame it on Joe Biden. Listen, again, for anybody who's going to jump to the conclusion that I am an apologist for Joe Biden or a cheerleader for Joe Biden, not. If something happens and you want to blame it on Joe Biden, come with the facts, come with the details of how he has impacted the issue that went negative. But they don't do that. They don't do that at all because they couldn't. Because in this case, Joe Biden didn't cancel a Kiss concert. Joe Biden didn't tell that guy to go to Canada. And by the way, it was going from U.S. to Canada. It was not coming inbound. So if it was a terrorist attack at all, it was a terrorist attack of somebody from the United States on Canada, not the other way around. So, but they don't show even the slightest remorse or embarrassment about what they did. I'm talking about the Fox News, and mostly Fox News, but Newsmax and all the right-wing pundits on Twitter that were quick to jump on this thing. And they kept it up even hours after it was proven that the narrative they were putting out there was completely false. And then they started to backtrack a little bit. And then instead of saying, we were wrong, we shouldn't have done that, we're sorry, this is embarrassing, won't happen again, like a normal person would do in normal times. Instead of doing that, they said, well, it's Biden's fault we feel this way. And we were so nervous because Joe Biden does everything that scares the shit out of us. So it's his fault we reported badly on that. You can't make this shit up, folks. These people have no fucking shame whatsoever. Would things be different if the roles were reversed? The other party, yeah, I think they probably would. To be honest with you, I do think they probably would. I think we have seen some instances where the media got stuff wrong on the right, from the left towards the right, and they own it. They own it. They don't try to, well, it's his fault. We made that mistake. Crazy stuff. Anyway, we'll let that go. But if you, the good news is there was no terrorist attack on the United States yesterday. And if you thought they were, you can relax. Now, that's not saying holidays are not prime targets for terrorism. And if something happened today, somebody would probably jump on and say, look, see, they were right. They were just a day off. Well, we hope there is nothing. We hope terrorism never happens anywhere. But, my take on terrorism is terrorism is just what happens when there is an unequal fight, when it's a big superpower against a non-power. America was guilty of terrorism during the revolution because we were outgunned, outpowered, outmaneuvered, outmoneyed by Great Britain. They were a superpower, and we were not a power at all. So we used terrorist tactics. People don't want to admit that, but it will happen in any struggle where the power balance is. Listen, if you're fighting an MMA fighter and they're just pummeling you, chances are you're going to cheat. You're going to take a knife. You're going to stab them. You're going to electrocute them. You do whatever you can to save yourself. So pretty much just that blown up to nations. If you're a small nation and you're fighting what you believe is for a just cause against a superpower nation and you have no power against them, you're going to resort to what is called terrorist behavior. I think it's important for people to recognize that, but I don't think we ever will. And it always comes off as, well, you're defending terrorism. No, you're not. You're just recognizing human nature and who we all are and what we are all capable of if we need to resort to it. Anyway, there was no terrorist attack yesterday. Good news. That's good news. But I haven't heard any of them come back and say that there actually was no terrorist attack yesterday. They can't ever even admit that there was a mistake made. They just want to move on and don't notice that we just gaslighted you for 5 hours. Daryl Hall, switching gears really quick. What? No wonder I go flying over the bridge and crashing into shit. Daryl Hall and Oates, is suing John Oates? Daryl Hall and Oates. Yeah, John Oates. I get them mixed up because there's a John Hall. Daryl Hall is suing John Oates. We don't know why. But we know, well, here's what we know. He got a restraining order against John Oates. Well, he's like a foot taller than John Oates. It's really weird. You get a restraining order against somebody a lot smaller than you. Is he afraid that John Oates is going to physically attack him because of this lawsuit that's going on in Nashville, by the way? I don't know. Here's what we know, and basically it's this. But Bill Maher, who is a fucking weaselly, fucking weak, pathetic man, interviewing Daryl Hall in his podcast from his home. What's it called? I forget what it's called. It will come to me. It's there. It's early yet. And he said, Mara, in its typically effeminate, weak ass way, says, "Well, you have a partner, and that's different." And Hall said, "I don't have a partner. You think John Oates is my partner? He's not my partner. He's my business partner, maybe. He's not my creative partner." And Maher could not figure out a way to kiss ass and get himself out of the fact that he just ticked off his guest, and his guest seems to be annoyed with him. "Oh, well, yeah, but I'm old, and you make records with him, and Oh, it's really pathetic to watch. But what comes off is, Daryl Hall, fucking Hall, uh, is being a bit of a dick in the interview. He's saying that because he did Kisses on My List, that's all him, and John Oates isn't on that record. He said that was a demo, a Daryl Hall demo that he put out. And John Oates is not. I gotta fucking keep mixing them up, the Hall and Oates, because I wish John Hall would just get out of my brain. Hall saying John Oates was not on that record. It was a demo I did, and that's one song out of their catalog. You know how many hits they had, and they worked together for a long time, from 1967, I believe, until just about 10 years ago. They put out their last record. So they worked together a long time, and obviously they were creative partners at some level. And they went on for years and years in interviews talking about how well they worked together and got along together. Now, all of a sudden, in his old age, Daryl Hall is suing John Oates and claiming they were never creative partners. Kind of disturbing, kind of weird, but nobody's business but theirs. But because of the Bill Maher interview, people are making a big deal of it. And it does seem like, Daryl Hall's a dick. I mean, there's no other way about it. Now, I will say this. Somebody I know was at Jones Beach for a Daryl Hall and John Oates concert. And last year, about a year and a half ago. And they said, Daryl Hall, fuck me with this confusion. Daryl Hall was being really rude and being a dick to the audience. It came off as a real dick in that situation. And I don't know what the person who relayed this story, she was first row. She was there with some VIP people. And she got backstage too. And she just was telling me what a dick Daryl Hall was. Now, I didn't probe. I didn't say, well, how was he a dick? I'm going to now. Well, next time I talk to her, I'm going to, let's dish in on this Daryl Hall as a dick. He was being a dick to the audience. I'm not saying this to get people to hate Daryl Hall, believe me, because I think that Daryl Hall is one of the more influential, more important artists of his generation, my generation. Never like a super big Hall and Oates fan, but I did appreciate some of their songs, like the song "Every Time You Go Away," which was written before the Paul Young and produced by Hall and Oates, years before Paul Young did that version. I think that's one of the coolest songs I've ever heard. Not a lot of their catalog appeals to me. A lot of it was bubblegum pop, with a lot of, I think Hall's vocals are special kind of soul that you don't necessarily hear in white guys that much. But again, they're not important people in the big scope of things. Here we are on Thanksgiving morning I am giving a shit about Daryl Hall just because of the fallout from this interview that Bill Maher did. Anyway, that's where that's what's trending. That's why Daryl Hall is trending. Very strange thing. The parade is Jordan Peterson would like to say happy Thanksgiving to everybody, you postmodernists. I didn't invite Jordan Peterson in. I guess he got the link into my throat. And I do apologize for that. The parade is due to start in 10 minutes. If you care about the parade, I've never been to the Macy's Thanksgiving Parade. I never will be to the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. I asked some people who will go in there to send some video or photos today. I'd share them and comment on them, and the balloons and stuff. I remember being, there goes Jordan again. Get out of here, Jordan. I guess I need more coffee. I remember being, I don't know, traumatized, frightened, weirded out by the balloons when I was a kid. somebody told me a story about the balloon. Like some people, because I'm like Willie now. I can't stay focused on telling it. So it takes a lot of people to hold those ropes, to hold that thing down, and there is always the potential, I guess, because they're lighter than air, for if enough people let go of their ropes, and there's still some people holding on, then they could get pulled away. And there were some stories of balloons that got away, and I'm wondering how, think about that happening. Somebody's letting go, and all of a sudden it starts to go. And some people got to be lifting off at that point, and you got to make a decision. When do you let go of the rope and just let the balloon go away? And if you're that last guy, you could be hundreds of feet in the air before uh, before you make that decision, and it could be a really scary thing. And that haunted me. That put an idea in my head because there were balloons that got away. Balloons. What do they call them? They're not called balloons. Do they call them balloons? I thought they called them something else. But they are balloons. And so that the idea of just floating away, floating up into the atmosphere there on the rope of a balloon that's out of control, and you got to hold on for dear life and hope it comes down sometime. And when it comes down, it doesn't come crashing down. Kind of put a really scary picture in my mind, and I've carried that since I was a little kid. So I would hate to be one of the people assigned to hold the rope, because I would let go of the rope pretty quick and let somebody else be the one to float away. Because it's a scary thing. Jordan, I told you, do not come in through the throat door. If you're going to come in, use the link that's in the description or floating by there, and you can type that in. Maybe I should just stop it from floating and just make it a still link. Can we do that? Let's see here. Ticker, instead of a ticker. We can go here, edit, and instead of scroll by, I could just do this, right? No, you can't. Apologize for the sniffles here. It is a sniffly day for me. I'm going to play a song in a minute here, and I'll preface it by saying last night on the Mind Dog TV podcast, super interesting guest. Now, I've talked to GD about my attitude towards not doing a lot of homework for guests. I get a general idea. I used to do a whole lot of homework. I used to do a lot of digging, find out as much as I could about a guest, and then do that interview packed with information. And at some point, whether it was through just getting lazy and tired, I just didn't do that. And I feel like that tends to be a better interview, not only for me, but for the audience, because I'm hearing their story for the first time. I'm hearing things that surprise me, that shock me in some cases, along with the audience who is also hearing the same story and their reaction. So I'm sharing in the audience's reaction. Such was the case last night. Last night I had a guest on who was a late scheduled guest, so I wouldn't even have time to do any research on her. In fact, I had the wrong, her name is Sarah Hummel. I had the wrong Sarah Hummel because there's another Sarah Hummel who was an author, and I had the wrong picture up in the promo originally, and I had to change that. That's how little I knew about this person. So she was just booked Monday night for a Wednesday night show. And the story is this: she's an author, first-time author who's written about domestic violence. Her story goes like this: she owns a restaurant that was to be featured on a food network, whatever. I'm not educated on food channel, food network, whatever it's called. A show called Kitchen Impossible, where they come and show the back end workings of a restaurant. And she owned the restaurant. On the day the crew was supposed to come, her chef called in sick. So she called her husband and said, "Can you be the chef for the day? because this TV crew's coming. I can't just you cancel. This is a great opportunity. The husband, who was a fireman, did come in and worked as the chef for that day. And then she anxiously waited for the episode to come out. She watched it alone. And when she watched it alone, she saw something that she did not expect to see. And it was a self-revelation moment where she saw video of her husband being abusive to her. She saw interviews with her husband from the crew where she wasn't present, where her husband was being abusive to her. And it occurred to her, it was like an eye-opening moment that she was an abused woman, that this is her husband's behavior at all times towards her. But it took seeing it on television to actually open her eyes to say, wait, I'm an abused woman. And so it was a shocking revelation to her. Now, she was watching it alone. She didn't confront him about it right away. And her, obviously, this is an important moment for her. She had told all her friends and family to watch this thing, and they all sat and watched, and kind of shocking her. And now she seemed to be under the impression that the television show ambushed her, or wanted to kind of highlight the abuse rather than the restaurant that she was showing. Anyway, finally she gets the courage to confront her husband about this. They go to therapy. Therapy doesn't work out. They're still fighting. The abuse escalates to physical abuse. Now he's beating her. They have 2 kids, and periodically beating her. And it wouldn't be an everyday thing. They would have moments, months and months of fairly normal lifestyle, and then something would trigger a fight, and he would become abusive and end up beating her. And this went on for years. And they argued over things like money and spending, how much money. And he was always, anytime like the argument it would come up to an argument, he would get abusive. Finally, a day comes where they have to pick up the kids from school, and they're at a point where their marriage is breaking, and he asks her to leave for 30 days. Now, because there is a North Carolina law where they live in North Carolina, if one of the partners leaves for 30 days, they consider that abandonment, and the other spouse gets everything in the relationship. So he would have got the house, all the money, the restaurant, all that stuff. He asked her to leave, like he was setting her up. She said, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not leaving my children. No mother would ever, or maybe Casey Anthony might, but most mothers, the average, you ask them to leave their children for 30 days, they'd rather fucking kill you on the spot than leave their children for 30 days. And so she rejected that. Okay, so they have to go pick up the kids from school. With the kids in school, father turns around and tells the kids, Mommy doesn't love you. She's leaving for a month without you, and she doesn't care about you. And the mother says, that's not true. And she goes back, and the daughter starts making like, why are you doing this? And the daughter's making a joke of it, like, just being silly. Why are you doing this? Because that was the kid's coping mechanism with stuff. So they're having this drive home, and home where the guy's using the kids against the mother, telling them, hey, Mommy doesn't love you, and she's leaving you. She said, and the mother's saying, no, that's not true. This is playing out in front of a 5-year-old and 8-year-old, 5-year-old daughter and 8-year-old son. So then the little girl says she wants ice cream, and the mother says, fine, let's go get some ice cream and like diffuse this whole nonsense that we're going through here. And the husband says, no, take me home. Take you home. Well, can't you just placate your daughter and make believe things are okay for her sake? No, take me home. And as they're driving past the house to go get ice cream, they have to pass their house to go to wherever the ice cream is. The guy jumps out of a moving car, going like 30 miles an hour, and leaves the door open, doesn't even close the door. So she slams on the brakes, and the guy, like, by this time is in the house and locked himself in the house and goes upstairs to the bedroom where the guns are, and he's threatening to kill himself. and she's locked out. Well, she gets in the house, I guess through the back door or something, or had a key. I don't know. She gets in the house, and the kids get in the house, and the kids go running up the stairs really quick, and then she hears a gunshot, and the kids come walking out of the room, white as a ghost. Guy fired the gun, but didn't kill the kids, didn't kill himself. He didn't kill anybody, just fired the gun, but it scared the hell out of the kids. The mother grabs the kids, gets them out of the house as quick as possible, as most mothers would do, and then the second shot happened. The guy killed himself with his kids in the front lawn. That's the story, folks. Now, I had heard that story fresh, like the audience did, and I was like, and it's an hour to tell the story. I know I just told it very quickly. It's a compelling, it's a shocking, it's a true story of what life is like in an abusive relationship. And there's lots of lessons to be learned there. For me, I think she's lucky because generally the guy will turn the gun on the woman, not himself. So I think but what a traumatic, crazy experience that was. And the discussion was equally traumatic for anybody listening to it. And, you know, I giggle sometimes just because you gotta laugh, if not to cry. Anyway, so I explained to her that I had written a song that was about her story without knowing her ever. But turns out her father was a Vietnam vet who came back abused and was abusive to her mother. And she grew up with that. And, you know, often when children see that they model, I don't want to get all Freudian here, but they model the spouse that mom or dad, you know, the opposite sex parent, they look for that, whatever in there. So girls who grow up with daddy beating mommy look for a guy to beat them. It sounds crazy. It sounds like a misogynist thing to say, but it's true. And if you've been around enough, you see it. You see it pattern. It's called, and the song I wrote is called "Hand Me Down," and it's just about that. It's her story almost to a T, without the suicide at the end. But so I would last night. It's called "Entangled in Blue," the episode of Mind Dog TV podcast. I urge you to check that out. The song I wrote is called "Hand Me Down." I played it at the end for her, and she said it's beautiful. And it's my story exactly. Again, without the suicide. I'm going to play that right now while I go baste my bird. No, I'm checking on the food in the kitchen. I will be back after this song. It's called "Hand Me Down." I hope you'll stick around for it, and I hope I'll see you on the other side. By the way, if you want to pop in at any time, there's a link in the chat room. There's a link on the bottom of the screen there telling you exactly how you can just pop in if you got a webcam. If you want to do it by phone, and I can hook that up so you can call in. We'll do that afterwards. And maybe we'll check on the start of the parade when I get back. So right now, this is called "Hand Me Down." I will be right back.
watch your garden grow from seeds that you have planted in the ground. This dirty little seed has become the family tree. It is a future generation's hand-me-down. Please stop hurting Mama, Daddy. Please don't make me cry. You know I can't stand the sound. You know I can't stand the sound. Teaching, I remember all my life. The future generations hand me down. Generations hand me down. Please stop hurting Mama, Daddy. Please don't go. You know I can't stand the sound. I can't stand it, and I can't stand it. That you're teaching, I remember all my life. Generations hand me down.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, what did you say? How can I trick someone into doing that? What is that? What does that mean? Actually, I paid her to do it. I didn't trick her into doing it. Anyway, it's called the sexy phone, by the way, Ian. Good morning, Ian. Good morning, Carl Mann, over there in non-thankful land. We're in the land of thanks, not the land of unthankfulness, where Carl and his unthankful people live and reside. Anyway, yeah, so that basically sums up what the show was about last night. But I'm telling you, it's one of the more compelling interviews I've ever done, and shocking to me. And I hope GD watches it, because GD is the kind of guy who will do meticulous research on a guest and prepare questions and like have questions written down. And you know what? I think that tends to be not an interesting interview, or not interesting for anybody, not for either the interviewer or the audience. And even the interviewee can probably sense a little bit of, you got a question you planned out. This is not a conversation, a casual conversation, which is what this format is really supposed to be. It's not supposed to be like, I've done my research on you. Let's go through this list of questions I prepared for you. Like, we could do that. I could just mail you the questions and you can write in your answers, and we can save all that time. So Carl says they stand ungrateful. Try sitting. You could sit, or you can lay down. There's no problem. Listen, if you're going to be ungrateful, you can do it in really any position. You could do it doggy style, if you like. But that takes two, I guess. Anyway, if you're just joining me, there's a link on here. Anybody is welcome to pop in at any time, just have a chat. I don't have anything planned here. I'm cooking my bird, and I burnt my hand while that song was playing. So I had to make some adjustments on the oven. It's all looking good, though, right now. Bird is a self-basting bird, kind of like me. I'm a little bit of a self-basting type of guy, if you know what I mean. I like to baste myself. I'm going to baste myself in a little bit when we go check out the parade, I think. Parade is underway. Looks like a sunny day in New York. Lots and lots of security, as you might imagine, but there's been many cops walking around as people in the parade. Looking at right now, and I'll probably go to the feed at some point. I don't even know what some of these floats, balloons, or stuff are supposed to be. This looks like what I'm looking at. Hey, dude, you got your back in front of the camera. And the cameraman's got that's Smokey the Bear. I did not know that. You see, from that angle, it did not look like Smokey the Bear. For some reason, Smokey the Bear is being escorted by people in sombreros and in straw hat sombreros. This is a global news feed that I'm watching. I'm going to share a bit of it and comment on it if I can figure out a way to get this on the screen here without murdering everything. And I know this is going to get me a copyright strike, but again, I am going to claim this as fair use because I will be commenting on it, and that's what makes it fair use, isn't it? Isn't that what makes it fair use? I got it taking a little to get this thing hooked up, so forgive me here. Forgive me for I have sinned. Oh, that pop in there, that was me popping in on my own thing. Now, present, share screen, baba da bing. Okay, here we are. Do this. Ah, yes. Now that's Smokey the Bear, right? But from far away, it didn't. Smokey the Bear. I didn't even know Smokey was still a thing. You never see commercials about campaign forest fire. Only you could prevent forest fires. You never see Smokey the Bear actually doing his job anymore. The only time you see him is in a parade like this. Now that guy on the right, he was the guy with his back in front of the camera just a moment ago where I was screaming at him. Doesn't seem like the big exciting parade that it used to be. It looks like quite a boring parade, to be honest with you. But as I was talking about before, now this doesn't seem that high off the ground, but you see how many people it takes to hold those ropes. And my nightmare is if I can lower the volume on this, right? Yeah, lower the volume on that. We don't need to hear the volume, do we? No. All those ropes now, when I was a little kid, and I never verified any of this. It could have been total bullshit, but there were stories of these balloons that just floated away. And my nightmare is, what if you're the last guy holding the rope, or people letting go of the rope, and the thing starts to float away, and you're the last one holding that rope, and now you're up in the atmosphere on a Smokey the Bear thing, hanging on for dear life on a rope, hoping it comes down softly or doesn't crash down. I don't know. It to me that was always like a horror. I talked about the horror of floating out in space by yourself on like a spacewalk and letting that get away. Being hung on to I think in the day it was like a Bugs Bunny balloon or something like that. But it was just horrifying to me as a little kid, and I can't let go of that. 64 years into this journey, it gives me panic attacks to think about floating away on a balloon like that. Now, this is the Jolly Green Giant we're looking at here. No, all of these things are characters from my childhood that I don't think have any relevance today. You never see you know what? I shouldn't say that because I don't watch television. But I don't think you see commercials with the ho, ho, ho in the valley of the ho, ho, ho Green Giant. You wouldn't know. And I'm certain, I don't know what song these dipshits are playing. Want to hear what song? Oh, great. No, that would... See, now, little kids might get excited by this, but remember the movie The Miracle on 34th Street, Miracle on 34th Street, was 100 years ago. They've been doing this parade forever, and it doesn't look like they've updated or made it any more interesting. That guy looks like Captain Kangaroo over there, just passing by now. But I don't think they've made any updates or improvements to this parade in 100 years. It seems these are probably the same guys who played tuba in the original parade, 100 and whatever. How many? I'll look that up. How many years the parade has been going on? Anyway, let me get out of here. I'm gonna remove these guys for now. That's enough of the parade for now, and maybe we'll come back to it later on. Wait, that's me. I don't want to remove me. Let's just stop sharing. Stop sharing. There you go. And I can shut this down and just leave this going for the moment. and come back to real life. Anyway, so that was a little bit of the parade. Do you care about the parade? What else is there today besides turkey and a parade? I'd love to know if you guys in the chat room, what are you doing today? I know Carl probably doing nothing. They're being ungrateful. That's what they're doing. What is Ian saying? Ian is my voice of relevance here in the United States of America this morning. What is it? Who are the middle-aged men screaming "woo"? I didn't catch that. Maybe I should stop and listen to what's going on every once in a while. I didn't catch them. Desperate, poor loser, fools. That's all I would imagine is the answer to that. Where there's bears, there's fire. Well, maybe they could use a rake. Donald Trump would definitely suggest a rake. The biggest claim I got was from the Catholic Church about some Latin hymns. Wait, what did I miss here? Something. They stand ungrateful. I read that one. There are people walking. That's pretty much what a parade is. Well, there's an IDF for looking for. I don't know. Warning fair use in progress. That's right. I should have left that up while I was talking. The biggest claim I got was from the Catholic Church about some Latin hymns. Oh, you mean a fair use claim? Wow. Now that would be really weird. Like the Catholic Church doesn't have enough money. They got to bleed Carl for pennies for copyright infringement of the Latin hymn. And then they didn't write the Latin hymns, right? Catholic Church, did they? I don't think so. I think a bunch of monks. Ooh, oh, I got the wrong hymns. Anyway, I'm sorry. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm wrong about everything. I will just go. I will go apologize and feel guilty and be shameful for the rest of the day for the mistake I made. And I apologize deeply to the Catholic Church. Catholic copyright is the worst. Yeah. Carlito talks to himself. Carlito, why don't you pop in, man? Give me somebody to talk to. We can talk bird. We could talk football. All the things you don't care about. Or we talk about Daryl Hall and John Oates, or the supposed terrorist attack on the United States that what didn't really happen yesterday, or a number of any other things anything you want to talk about, really. We could talk about Wandering Willie and where he is today. If you want, I don't fucking care. We talk about the last rites and what you're doing over there. I saw you got an Andy Andrews thing scheduled for I guess it's sometime in December. Is that where I saw it for the last rites? Anyway, again, we could talk about anything. There's a link. Anybody wants to pop in, whether you're on PBM TV, which we will actually be joining. They will be joining us in 10 minutes. PBM TV, where now their morning show. By the way, if you're not familiar with PBM TV and you are a streamer, you might want to get on there. We are now their morning show. We're there when we're doing the 2 hours of the morning show from 9 to 11 Eastern. We are the morning show on PBM TV. We started this week. There is a pretty big viewership, bigger than on the live stream, bigger than YouTube and Rumble put together. And it's basically for artists. It started, Corey Rosen started it for musicians and stuff like that. But now there's a wrestling show that has just signed up, a wrestling organization who's going to be a big part of the network. They're looking to get another wrestling organization on there. We replaced them. We changed her slot to make room for us, a woman doing yoga on there. So it's not just musicians anymore, but they're looking to add comedy. The Revs show on Sunday will be on there. So it's something good to check out, pbmtv.org. You can sign up. It's absolutely free. If you're an artist, you can stream over there. And you know what? Get some more views, grow your audience. We got 21 new subscribers on the YouTube channel just from being on there this week, which, 21 subscribers is a lot for some people. For a small channel like this, 21 added in a week is a nice deal. So check it out. said I'd call in, but I'm watching from the bathtub. Well, just so you know, Jamie and Carl have both called in from the shower in the past. You know what? I should hook up the phone lines while I'm trying. Now, I can't really chew gum and walk at the same time, so I can't even talk and actually. Well, this is a test to see if I can actually hook up the phone line and but about see, I can't even talk now. I'm confusing myself. What am I looking for? I'm looking for loopback. What I'm looking for. Let's see if we can make this happen. Where's my loopback? Loopback. Here it is. I wonder if this is going to screw up the people on the radio side, but I really don't fucking care. If you know what, if you're on the radio side, by the way, that fucking guy, that fucking guy, that fucking guy who threatened me. He did give it was a wrong number. When I called the number that was in the email, it was like some Indian Indian, Pakistani, Far Eastern telemarketer firm, which is really weird. I don't know. Maybe the guy was that was an ad part of the scam or whatever. Pastor was on. Let's see what. So if I go audio settings. Let me know if this changes anything on the audio. So it doesn't even show. Oh, loopback audio. 1, 2, 3. Are we still? Am I still being heard? It looks like I'm still being heard. Wow. I'm sorry on the radio side. The volume was turned all the way down from last night because I did a fade out. I'm feeling like such a technical idiot here. I've been broadcasting very low volume to the radio side. Not that anybody's listening at 8 o'clock on Thanksgiving morning, which is almost 9 o'clock now. But if you did listen, you're probably saying, man, that sounds terrible. And I apologize for that. I'm surprised we haven't gotten any complaints. Well, it just means nobody's really listening. That's basically what it means. Looks like the volume's good on loopback, so let me know if you still... Let him give you a telemarketer. Wait, I don't have shower calls. Sorry, bro. I don't do shower calls. Yeah, no, I don't do shower calls either. No need to apologize for that. Who wants to do a shower call other than Jamie and Carl? Anyway, I don't know. I started out by talking about the Daryl Hall thing. Are you guys familiar with the Daryl Hall thing? If not, I could recap that, or I could just shut the fuck up about it and not talk about it ever again. But I do want to call my friend who was at the Hall & Oates show, who said at Jones Beach a year and a half ago, who said Hall was being a dick. Because she was also backstage. So she was saying he was being a dick to everybody, but being a dick to the band members, being a dick to special guests who were backstage, and being a dick to the audience at large. And then this story comes out with him and his restraining order on John Oates and their lawsuit, and then this whole interview with Bill Maher where he just seems to be quite the dick, I must say, quite the dick. So it's it's just it's something to be interested about if you got no life like me. I mean, do I have a life? Do I really even want a life? If I was offered a life, would I take a life? I could take your life, but that would be a crime, and then I'd go to jail for the rest of my life. So I don't think I'll do that. Anyway, phone lines are open now, and we could test it out. I should put the phone line in there with this StreamYard link, shouldn't I? Let people know that they could call in. We're about to go live on pbmtv.org. Fucking hard to say. They got to make it shorter. On the old Artist Network, the music television, public broadcasting music television is what it really is. Wait. Let's watch the Bill Maher interview and analyze that. It's fair use. You think we can do that? I don't have the full interview, obviously. Just a clip that's on Twitter, but I could find that. We could do that. You know what? I'm throwing caution to the wind. If I'm going to get a copyright strike, I'm going to get a copyright strike already anyway. So, yeah, let me see if I can find that, and you can see What a dick. Well, it's not like he's being like a over the top dick. How do I find that here? Let's see if too bad Twitter doesn't save your history. So I just go back to whatever you were watching before. Of course, they don't take in account that you might be streaming with nobody to talk to on a Thanksgiving morning and need to show something for fair use or whatever. So they don't really care about me, and you can't blame them. I don't care about me either all that much. What if I just put in Daryl Hall? He's trending, right? Where's the trending shit? Oh, Al Roker. Al Roker's trending. Oh, because he's probably parade covering, right? Let me see. Daryl Hall, where are you? I know you're here somewhere. Hall and Oates? No. All of a sudden it went away. I'll find it. I'm not giving up. Don't. Oh, by the way, if you're a fan of Doug Stanhope, he's doing a live stream today from the Funhouse, starting at 2 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. my time, right? 2 p.m. my time? Yeah, which is 11 a.m. his time. Or is it? Yes, it's 11 a.m. his time. Anyway, so if you're a fan of Stanhope and his crew, they're doing a live stream all day talking football, turkey, and all that stuff. I'll be off the air by then. So I don't, but I do think he's being a Bill Maher and stealing my shtick there, because that's what I'm doing. Although he actually has an audience. Let's see here. What was I putting in? Oh, Daryl Hall. Stay focused here, Daryl Hall. Okay, here it is. Let me see. Now I gotta share this. Can I blow this up before I share this? If I stop it here first, stop it here, and blow it up this way. Well, it doesn't stop. Hey, Twitter, when I say stop, I mean stop. Okay. And if I blow this up, oh no, I can't blow it up there. I have to add it first like a douchebag. And like the douchebag, GD's popping in. We'll say good morning to GD in 1 second here. StreamYard. StreamYard. What was that? What was that? Oh, tomorrow is the start of Native American Day. We're welcoming on board right now pbmtv.org. Welcome, folks. It's good to be back with you again. We are Thanksgiving morning. Really don't have a show planned, and whoever wants to pop in, you can pop in. GD is here. Good morning, GD. I'm trying to get this Daryl Hall clip from Twitter in here so I can comment on it. Good morning. How are you? Happy Thanksgiving.
Same to you. Can you hear me okay? I'm trying out my tablet as opposed to my...
I can hear you okay, and that's a problem. Can you like mute yourself so I can't hear you okay? Can you do this like Willie does without doing this? I don't know.
I can try.
You can. You're in a different place, aren't you? You're in a bunker. Are you expecting like World War III or something?
No, it's the same place. It's literally just a different. I'm using my tablet instead of my I wanted to try my tablet to see if I could get it to work for Sunday.
All right, it's working.
Yeah, but I can't use my. Well, I take that back. I can. I didn't. I was trying to use the mic on there, but my earbuds to hear, and because I'm actually listening to you through the speaker.
Well, we have a problem with you already in that you said Sunday. Isn't it Sunday? It's not Sunday?
Well, it depends on if it's before noon, it's Sunday. Afternoon, it's Sunday.
Sunday.
Which I don't understand. You'd think the day would be morning.
So if you go, I don't even know if they have Carvel where you are. If you go to an ice cream shop, do you say, I'd like a hot fudge sundae?
Depends on who's behind the counter.
All right. Now, do you know?
I live in a multicultural environment, so you have to adjust your syntax for your audience.
Ah, I don't even know what that word syntax means. I'll
Well,
figure it out.
syntax is what you pay when you're like doing things you shouldn't do.
I'm
You
just
know,
thinking
like
about like,
prostitution. Yeah, like if you're a prostitute, you pay a syntax. If you're selling drugs, you pay a syntax.
oh, a syntax. I get it.
No, if you're a politician, you pay a syntax also.
So Las Vegas must be like getting rich off of syntax.
Yes, they have like their own economy. They're like right behind the Saudi Arabia is their largest collection for syntaxes.
Oh, you're gonna get me down trying to define what sin is, because I had thought about that the other day. I mean, because the guy who the guy who was I had to cancel for hate speech and never got on the program. He was saying
Right.
hate the sinner, no, love the sinner, hate the sin. And I was like, well, who gives you the right to define what sin is? And that's a whole other. Well, let's not go there right now. Anyway, are you familiar with this Daryl Hall thing that I'm about to share?
No, but let me get this in real quick. Mine Dog TV. I don't know. Oh, Mine Dog Coffee. I don't always drink coffee, but when I do, I get the shits.
Even after a good turkey and stuffing and yams and
Are you ready to show this thing now, or can I ask you a question about eating?
oh, you can ask me a question about it. I'm not, but I will just keep that picture of Daryl Hall with his sunglasses and hat on indoors while you ask a question about Ian. Go ahead.
Okay, I don't know what your like favorite foods are to eat, even during Thanksgiving, holidays, whatever. But is there something that you eat so much, or that you can't eat so much that you just overstuff? You get to the point where you're like burping, ready to vomit, throw up, but you vomit, you're ready to eat some more of that same thing.
Nothing for me. I don't know if Ian wants to answer that. Um, no, nothing. You know what? Maybe when I was younger, there was a day. Now that's a really long time ago, and it's really disgusting. But when I was young, I could just eat forever and ever and ever, and never get like to that point where I felt like I got to stop. And a friend of mine, and we went to Burger King late night stone. We were probably 18 and we had 13 double whoppers each. 13
Mm.
double 13 double whoppers with cheese uh, and fries and still we're not to the point where we were sick. We were basically okay, I don't want to eat anymore. But that's a lot of food. I think a double whopper is probably one double whopper is probably a half pound of meat, right? 2 quarter
I
pounders.
think so, because the Whopper, the fame for the Whopper, was the Whopper a quarter pound? I know McDonald's had their quarter pounder, but I think the Whopper was the answer to their quarter pounder.
Right. So probably was that, and then a double whopper is a half pound, right? And so
Yeah.
13 is like 6.5 pounds of food.
And that's
Meat.
not counting. That's not counting the bread, the onions.
Yeah. And I was skinny at the time. I was skinny as a rail. I mean, again, a teenager, maybe not even 18, maybe like 17. I was still very skinny at the time, and he was pretty skinny too. But that was our record eating thing. But we used to go for pizzas. Albert's Pizza, we would do 2 or 3 pies between the two of us. But I don't think that even compares to the 13 double whoppers each.
What made me think of it was this morning. My wife asked me how many deviled eggs did I want, and I said, "Well, all of them." But but then I thought to myself. She goes, and I said, "Well, let's see. No, because I know me. I will eat them until I'm sick, and then I'll just wait and I'll eat more." And so I'm trying to do the math. I said, "Well," I said 6, and she goes, "That's only 3 eggs." I went, "Okay." 8. She goes, "That's 4 eggs." And I said, "Well, how many eggs do we have in the fridge?" And she says, "Don't forget, I'm going to eat 2." I said, "Okay, how many eggs do we have in the fridge?" She goes, 12. I said, "Okay, then just make all of them." And she goes, "Well, what are you going to eat for breakfast on Sunday?" I said, "Okay."
Sunday. You just said Sunday again.
Yeah,
This
because I can eat breakfast.
fucking torture.
It's Sunday. Okay. So she says, what do you want to eat for breakfast on the day after Saturday? And I said, okay, well,
See, you said Saturday, not Saturday.
I think it's because Saturday has the extra syllable.
Yeah,
That
yeah. I get it.
I guess I have no idea. I'd have to talk to my therapist about why I say Sunday as opposed to Sunday.
Are you your therapist?
Yeah, Dr. Patel.
Right
Oh,
yeah.
Dr. Patel. Oh, Mr. Fenderson, you are such a pussy. That is why you say Sunday. Thank you, Dr. Patel. You are so welcome.
At the end, did you end up having 10 deviled eggs? Oh, I hate them.
I think we're gonna wind up with, because she's gonna eat 2. We're gonna have 3 eggs. We're gonna save for breakfast. That's 9. That's 18. She takes 2, so I'm probably gonna wind up with 16.
All right. Wow. Well, speaking of eggs, Willie's with us. Good morning, Willie. Happy Thanksgiving. Egg boy. Now, do you have sound? What?
Is that Willie? Is that Carl Mann? Because it says Carl Mann and Dog too.
No, Carl Mann's back there too. We're gonna bring him in just 1 second. But Willie, you got the RFQ thing going.
Am I doing that? You want me to switch to these things? I got the earbud things.
Yeah. Do what you gotta do. I'm gonna play this Daryl Hall clip while it's up here, and then I can get rid of him. It's a really short clip, but a little context again. I will repeat for the 4th time now in 2 hours or whatever. Daryl Hall was on Bill Maher, and Bill Maher is like the most effeminate, annoying man who ever lived. Basically,
I don't think he's the most effeminate. I will give him most annoying.
To you too. They're talking about the more. Well, I'll just play the clip. It's about John Hall and Daryl Hall and John Oates' relationship at this point.
I mean, I'm sort of doing that myself. You know, I mean,
yeah.
So,
but you have a partner, so it's a little different than.
I don't have a partner.
You
think John Oates is my partner?
You still tour together, don't you?
Yeah, but he's not my partner.
Well,
he's my business partner.
He's not look what I've stumbled into here.
He's not my creative partner.
Okay, I'm not trying to. I was just saying, I know that you guys still tour and put out records, so to me, that's a partner. I mean, it's like
we don't put out records.
What was the last record you put out?
Did it play? Because I didn't see it.
It was 10 years ago.
That's fairly. Let's see.
Okay, I'm just getting a circle,
Daryl. So that's like
all right,
like yesterday to me.
So my tablet actually acts the same as my phone.
But to me, that's fairly recent. It's 21st century.
John and I are brothers.
All right, that's cool. At least I know. And I'm gonna wind up going out and coming back in through my
together. But we do.
My
we've always been very separate, and it's a really important thing for me.
Well, but you certainly weren't separate on the records, and and were you separate creating them? No,
we were separate on the records too.
What does that mean? I'm not hearing the harmony. I'm not hearing what I love about
you know that song "Kiss on My List."
Of course,
I did all those. That's all me.
That's all me.
That's all me. All those harmonies. That's me. That's just a Daryl demo.
It's a Daryl demo. That's what he says. So basically, that's just him being a dick. But for those you guys didn't see it, I know. Let's welcome Colin. Okay, come.
Okay.
You're muted now, Willie. You're like muted. No, you still. Oh, wait, now try it.
There we go. Yeah, no, there's a delay.
But you still got the RFQ.
Still doing it?
You got. I don't
this
know.
This is a fucking clown show. These two need to be fired. Get a young female back on.
The boy that cried wolf because I don't know if it actually happens audio issue or not.
No, it is happening.
It is happening.
He's not like, yeah.
Why are you mad at me?
I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna restart my video. I'm gonna come back.
All right, jump off and get back on.
This has become a clown show recently, right? The whole thing is a clown show. You all yell over each other. No one knows what they're doing. Everyone's coming on to talk about, I can't use this, I can't use that. It's mental. Fire these two. Get a nice young pretty girl back on, and
I can't say I disagree with you about. But
Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving. I think it's always been a clown show. I don't think that's new. The technical stuff is probably compounded recently. Now look at GD. He's not as shall I say, not as dark as he used
serene.
to be. I'm back on I'm on my desktop now. I tried.
Like you're in a chair. You're on your desktop.
Yeah, I'm on my desktop, and it's kind of lumpy. So.
All right.
I was trying to do it on my tablet.
You don't have to. We know what a tablet is.
No, because some people think a tablet is like a little pill you take to, like a red or blue. That's a pill,
right?
And then some people think a tablet is like something Moses brings down from a mountaintop.
Yeah. Well, that's true. Yeah. Well, an iPad that Moses brought down, right?
Exactly. I have a infinite number of commandments, because you would not believe the power of this tablet. Your old tablet, God.1, had only room for 10 commandments, but
God.1, wow. Let's find out about Carl being. Now, did the Catholic Church actually write to you directly and say, you're using our content?
In what way?
Well, you said the hymns, the Latin hymns, with the.
Oh no! It was a YouTube. It was a YouTube claim. It was it was this hymn. Yeah, I think it was the church like claiming the copyright of this hymn or whatever. It's like 4 of them. They keep coming months later. Like, this is Benedict the 13th from fucking Latin times. Like, all right, it's on the TV behind me.
Wow. Now the other day I got told that there were 14 minutes and 28 seconds of Dweezil Zappa music in the middle of an interview with Barry Katz. There was no music, and basically got a copyright, and they pulled it down off of Facebook. YouTube chopped it up. Rumble removed the entire thing. Really weird. 14 minutes and 28 seconds of Dweezil Zappa, and YouTube actually put a Dweezil Zappa thumbnail on the video, which is really confusing.
It's not like quietly in the background of Barry Katz's radio.
No one's listened to Dweezil Zappa since Dweezil Zappa.
Yeah, I wouldn't even know how. I mean, I guess I could figure it out how to get some Dweezil Zappa music, but for the life of me, I've never owned any. I've never played any intentionally.
Yeah. Even Dweezil doesn't have any copies of his music.
I know. It's so bizarre. I posted a screenshot of it yesterday but they didn't give me a time code to where to look for it. But I noticed that YouTube chopped it right before the Barry Katz interview. And at that time, I was playing a little piece from Kentucky Fried Music with Safety Sam. But it certainly wasn't 14 minutes. It was like 30 seconds, if anything, where the dick is talking about.
And we didn't even hear that.
Right. You didn't hear it. Right.
There was no audio.
Right. I don't know.
Weird.
Very weird stuff. Anyway, Carl, what do they do over there? Do you celebrate this day at all? Do you guys have?
No. It's nothing to it. We had this conversation last year. It's only America, some weird country on the other side of the planet, and maybe Canada that celebrate it. That's it.
I don't think Canada does either.
You know what it is? They don't have any Native Americans. They'd have to import Native Americans to exploit to have this holiday.
Well, that's not what it was about.
No, Thanksgiving, it's about giving thanks for exploiting Native Americans.
It's about celebrating the harvest time and the abundance of food. Now, the story with the Pilgrims and the Indians, and I'll call them Indians, not Native Americans.
Right, yeah.
28% Aboriginal, which according to latest study. Anyway, they were bringing food to as a gesture of friendship, but it wasn't about Indians. It was about harvest time. That's what it's about.
Yeah, you'd already killed all the Indians by then. Now we need to harvest the food.
Well, actually, they weren't dead yet. They were just getting infected with polio and stuff like that. So
we killed enough of them that the few of them left thought, you know what? Maybe we should go over and bring some cake. Maybe we should bring them a pumpkin pie and say hello, so they don't kill us. That's basically what the Indians were doing.
And it's like, here,
They were
have a
coming in like
pox.
Willie.
Have a blanket and a pox.
Now, do you see Willie circling there? Because it's weird that you don't see everything that goes on the screen.
Well, I do now, but when on a tablet, I don't. When I'm using my tablet and my phone, I have
Maybe
I have
that's
the
why he doesn't see the commercials.
right.
All
I have the Willie issue. I have the Willies. We call it the Willies when you have
I'll give you a case of the Willies. All right.
All right. Your audio is good now. You fixed it. Whatever you
Fabulous.
did. What do you do that fixes it?
I restart my phone. I also went and grabbed my power cord because I don't know why, but for some reason, like no matter what my power level is at, I always have better connectivity if I'm plugged in to a power source.
I think your phone is using the ground from your electric outlet as an antenna.
Right.
I mean, perhaps. I mean, I had no idea. I don't know how that shit works. When it comes to electronics and shit like that, I really know nothing. I mean, I know nothing anyway.
Oh, okay. I have a special needs story that I'm okay. We were in the hospital visiting some people, and there's a bunch of us in the waiting room because it wasn't enough there's too many of us to go into the room at one time. And so we were trying to get on the Wi-Fi, the hospital Wi-Fi. And there was one person in the waiting room who says, I can't get on the Wi-Fi. And so I'm trying to talk him through it. I said, did you do this? This is today's password, blah, blah, blah. And he goes, yeah, I did that. And I did that. I said, you know what it is? I said, you need to run water over it because the Wi-Fi here requires, is instant and it requires water. And I did not know that I was talking to a special needs person who took me literally, and he took his phone over there.
You know, in my experience,
and we had to stop him. We had to stop him.
You can get them. You can also get them to suck you off as well. It's quite easy.
Right.
Yeah, but not in the hospital.
Jesus. Wow. You know, in my experience, the only people who can't tell when they're talking to a special needs person also has special needs. I'm just
saying. Well, the thing is, he was having his special gift was sports and traffic, and so we hadn't gotten to his area of expertise to know.
Now, what do you mean traffic?
Like cars, like what's going on in the 495 or the I-10. Yeah,
you don't have traffic report. Oh, no, of course not. In Grants, New Mexico.
We gotta have traffic to have traffic reports, dude.
Oh, you thought I meant the band? You thought I meant the band? He's the authority on the band.
I was like, what does he know about traffic? And like, okay, question though. So does that mean he remembers like every traffic report of like the last 10, 15 years? Or
well, he doesn't need to know those because that's gone. But he'll tell you what's going on with the past hour or so. It's like he'll watch it on the phone or whatever. And
describes this as a clown show now. You get it, right? We're talking about
this is fine. This is fine.
And so if you said now, of course he doesn't know traffic all over the world, but it's like local to specifically to like the Baltimore area. So if you're saying like I want to go downtown, he goes, okay, well they have construction down there right now until the 15th. So what you want to do is take such and such, and go around blah blah, and it'll save you 9 minutes or something like that. And he says now, but after the 15th, it'll be back open, and then they'll be doing construction on Monroe Street. To replace those potholes, that kind of stuff.
We need to get a chopper report, a traffic chopper report.
Hello, guys. This is Chopper GD.
Can I ask you a question? Do you really not know why people like put you up to Howard Stern and say that you're trying to be Howard Stern all the time? Because that was like one of his, like, if you watch the movie Private Parts, like I've heard you mention at least 8 different things just in that movie.
He did a traffic chopper report over Grants, New Mexico.
No, not over Grants. No, but he did a fake traffic helicopter reporter, who I think was like a black lady that read a poem that was like kill the white man. You know what I'm talking about? You don't this doesn't ring a bell to anyone.
No.
Why am I the only savant that knows this shit?
I used to have a radio show back in the 90s, 96. And my fake traffic report guy was a guy who was under house arrest and he couldn't leave the house. So he did the traffic from his bedroom window. And so he would lean out the window and say, yeah, out on Monroe Street, there's two cats. There are two cats having a fight, and a green El Camino just drove by. So that was how.
Did people in the UK even know who Howard Stern was in the 90s when he was?
Yeah.
I don't think.
Yeah, I never listened to his radio show, but we got private parts, and I listened to a bunch of his stuff when it was pirated on YouTube like 10 years ago. But that was older stuff, so I went through a whole series of old Stern stuff, mainly
he's doing the same
Lang
material now.
years.
So if anything you watch from 10 years ago, it's probably the same. He just the
Right,
people
yeah,
that he's
there's
doing
just
it with
a
his change.
rebranding of it. Yeah.
Stern is completely different now. He's become everything he used to
An
be.
apologist.
Yeah. He's become a Hollywood elitist, and part of that,
Well, yeah, because he's on the Americans Got Talent, Judge Board, and all that stuff. All that.
I didn't even know that.
You
didn't know that, bro?
I don't have television.
With all the stuff that Howard Stern has done, he gets to be on America's Got Talent, okay? But you give Gilbert Gottfried one bad tweet, and he can no longer be a talking duck.
Yeah. That stuff about Gilbert, I mean, he lost the Affleck contract, but he wasn't ever canceled. It didn't really hurt his career at all.
No,
he was still
that was a
touring
lucrative career. I would take the Affleck duck job. I would take it.
Yeah, no, it had to pay millions of dollars. I mean,
Affleck.
Yeah. Why are you auditioning now, Willie?
Yeah, why not? Why not?
Yeah. So, you know what? I got to check my bird in a minute.
Damn it, Willie! Do you have to take every voiceover job? Can I get one,
bro?
Just one.
Listen. Hey, y'all don't even know. Y'all don't even know. There's so much more in the bag that I haven't even scratched the surface on. I could do a ton of different voices. I just don't do that shit.
What do you mean? What you do, like impressions and stuff?
Yeah, but they all sound like this. It's like, I'm doing Wesley Snipes.
No.
They all sound the same.
I mean, I could do like a Southern Belle debutante kind of thing like that. And just talk like this
when you
for
do
a
that.
very long time.
I can talk like Dr. Claus. Well, what do you have to
like,
get, like the gay
I can
face
even do
on?
Meatwad from Aqua Teen Hunger Force. I can do Meatwad. I do that real well. Oh yeah.
It all sounds like you.
I am kind of a meatwad. That is true.
That voice actually just sounds like Willie, and he's being choked too tight by his wife. It's like, okay, it's a safe word. What's the safe word? What's the safe word? I need the safe word. Yeah.
I said meatloaf. Meatloaf.
That's not today's safe word.
Yeah.
That's.
I like to use meatloaf because I'll do anything for love, but I won't do that. You know what I mean? That's.
So that's your safe word? That's your go-to safe word?
Of course. And when else am I saying that in the bedroom, for crying out loud?
Carl, what's your go-to safe word? If you had to like have a safe word real quick, what's the first one that comes to your mind?
Jamie Dykes.
And you said that without moving your lips, Carl. You're good.
Yeah, I'm pretty good. This is awful. Is it all one word?
Yeah. Okay. It depends on how fast you say it.
Yeah.
If you do it real fast on one breath, yeah.
I just want to be clear that I've never had to say my safe word, and I don't think I ever will. Like one time, this was like I think Danica and I weren't married yet. We were still living.
Before you go, Willie, I just want to know what Matt's go-to safe word is because we didn't hear from him.
Yeah, solid. Yeah.
Get your dick out of my ass.
Again, one word if you say it fast enough in one breath.
I thought it was what happens when you push the start button on the Elvira pinball game without putting money in. It'll go you didn't pay.
I did not know that.
Yeah,
most of us pay. Most of us have very few of us try to play Elvira without paying first.
Pinball, you say?
Right, yeah, the Elvira pinball game. And then, well, no, because that game especially says a bunch of stuff. I think there's actually 3 different things it'll say. And then when you put money in and press start, she goes, "Let's party," because it's Elvira, you know.
I don't do that. I don't do that stuff.
And now everyone knows that I'm into goth
quick
chicks.
Now, Ronald McDonald coming down the street in a balloon. This parade has lost so much. I mean,
Wait, now is that the real Ronald McDonald, or is that the head of the RNC?
Will you be able to see if I show the screen? Will you be able to see the?
Will Facebook and YouTube gig you for 14 minutes of material if you show us 3 seconds of the parade?
I'm certain.
Yeah, no kidding. Fuck.
I'm already in copyright strike hell anyway. So.
Did you say you're in copyright strike hell?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. That's what I thought. Oh. Now, Carl, isn't it illegal to celebrate Thanksgiving in England? I thought that was against the law.
Yeah, I'm not celebrating. I'm slowly plotting to bring new terror to the States. So.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm working with Hamas now.
Ah, geez.
Actually, be Hamas.
We've been infiltrated.
Yeah.
Let's see that. Now, can you see that screen? Everybody see that?
Yeah.
It's
Ronald McDonald.
It's loading up. It's loading up. There we go.
Oh,
it's the largest pedophile in the USA.
You know,
but that's only because Jared lost weight.
Oh my God.
Didn't
Jared get killed in prison? I'm pretty sure. Did he die?
Higher. They used to be like 100 feet up in the air. Now they're keeping them pretty close to the ground.
Well, yeah, didn't one blow off or something like that a couple years ago?
That's
probably. There's always been stories about that, but I've never seen it verified or.
I think the Batman video is what killed it, because you get one Gotham Knight going around cutting up your balloons, and you got to just lower it down to street level.
There were serious wind problems one year where, and they were up high enough that it caused like guys being like dragged into buildings and stuff.
Right.
But, when I was a kid, there was a story
this is
about
so sinister. Think about what this means as American symbolism.
Just think of all the.
I'm gonna.
The Gacy kids, all the kids that were terrorized by Gacy.
I'm here to poison your kids, poison your minds with my big loving heart.
I hear what you're saying, Carl. This is definitely it's propaganda. And how much money does McDonald's? I think I read they make like several $1 million per second. Like there was some kind of ridiculous stat that how much McDonald's makes. This is like a
but how many kids do they kill per second?
Now all the people carrying the balloons are all dressed in McDonald's gear.
I mean,
too.
13.
I like how we're blaming McDonald's, but for killing kids. But it's those shit ass parents that don't do anything but feed them chicken nuggets that are actually killing them. I mean, just so we're clear.
Oh yeah, I agree. I'm not saying that the parents aren't blame free. And don't even get me started on this dog behind you. I don't even know who he is, but I'll find something negative to say.
Now,
what flag is that green and white one?
Green and white one is
that
Irish.
is the Irish police officer's flag.
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Well, that's what started
the Irish
Police
Union.
City Police Department.
I mean, I guess that makes sense. Yeah, no, okay.
But this is a good time to commit a crime in New York.
They don't
City.
always wear these uniforms. These are like their dress uniforms, right?
Right. And if you notice on that flag, it actually the number of stars varies depending on how many black people they arrest without killing.
Oh my God.
That's what the stars are for. There's 1 star for each black person they arrest without actually a killing.
What? Now that guy's a prisoner. Is that the Hamburglar that just went by? No.
I'm not. I don't think so. It looked like a dog.
No, the guy with the stripes that just drove out on a bicycle.
Yeah, but there was a inflated dog person behind him.
And
the dog is still there, right?
A police dog coming up the back, I guess, because that's a police hat on this.
I guess they couldn't get McGruff.
I think that's Paw Patrol.
Yeah, you're right. They couldn't get McGruff. He's probably like retired now.
Yeah, McGruff is retired. He did have like a nephew or something though, didn't he?
Do you see the guy in the hazmat suit walking there? That's kind of disturbing. He's out of the frame now. But there was a guy in a hazmat suit But this, if you're a criminal, this is the perfect time in New York City. I'm not endorsing this, by the way, but with all those cops in the parade and all the cops that are assigned to security on the parade,
oh
it's
yeah,
time to go knock off the.
But
deli
those
down.
a lot of those aren't
yeah.
real cops. They're just homeless people that they put in cops' uniforms. The cops are actually undercover at Walmarts and CVS's to prevent people from stealing.
All right.
I have no fucking idea. I don't know how parades
I know
work.
you have no fucking idea, which is why I said all right.
I don't know how parades work.
But they used to let these things go much higher. Look at the size of this fucking thing, and those little ropes.
But that's it. That's the other thing. When they were higher up, they had to be bigger. Now that they're closer to the ground, they can make them smaller and save money on material.
I don't think they're making them smaller, bro. They look pretty damn big still.
Now here's the New York Police mounted unit on horses. So
now the street's gonna be covered in shit because you know there's not somebody coming from behind with shovels cleaning that up.
you haven't been to New York, have you?
What you saying? The streets are covered in shit anyway. No, I haven't. Hey, no, I haven't been to New York. I would love to come though. When are we making that happen?
Well, bring a shovel with you.
Hey,
yeah.
Hey, listen, shoveling horse shit is it's nothing new to me, bro. I did it for a couple of years, remember?
Right, but not off of New York City streets where buses are coming at you and they'll run you over with a shovel full of shit in your hand. These people are still in McDonald's, right?
I mean,
this is the
oh no, these are firemen. What the hell?
Okay, so those aren't McDonald's people that are dressed like that. Then they're just like wearing safety collars, I guess.
No,
And
they're
that-
like, who are these people?
And what is this? This is
These look like Raggedy Ann drummers or something.
That's something me, right?
That's a
Despicable
minion.
Me.
That's one of the minions. Yeah.
Unlikable me.
Despicable Me.
Yeah, that's what.
Okay.
Deplorable me.
Yeah, those are the Trump ones.
The shadows are interesting. The shadows on the wall that are happening on the buildings that are happening because of these things. All right, I'm getting out of here for now. I think that's enough fair use for now, or before we get a claim of claimness on my claimity. Anyway, yeah. So, we lost Carl. Carl bopped out. Didn't even bother saying goodbye.
Well, he tried to come back in, but no, that wasn't him. That was the parade. I was looking at the squares at the bottom.
I think that he was afraid of being on at the same time as the Thanksgiving Day parade because he doesn't want to get thrown into.
I would say it's probably
Scotland Yard.
more like you guys didn't let him get a word in edgewise.
I mean, that's probably true.
I
want to say
I let him get three
I don't
words
think
in.
it was me today.
He got 3 words. I let him get 3 words in. He said,
Oh Jesus.
Clown show.
No, the thing about the ass.
He said clown
safe
show.
word. His safe word.
Yeah, clown show safe ass. I'm going to put the link in so people know if you want to join the program. There's that.
What are you just going to put it on like a rolly bar or what?
Huh?
On the roll up or what? Or is it probably has to be in the description, huh? So it's clickable.
It is in the description.
Oh, okay, great.
It's all the way at the top of the description. No, you have to scroll up all the way to the top of it. Hey, Carl's back. He's probably like, yeah, you didn't let me get a word in edgewise, so fuck you, fucking Americans. Hey, Mind Dog, what does he say? Hey, Mind Dog, did you see they removed all references to pilgrims from the Macy's parade? No, I didn't. I didn't know there were ever references to the pilgrims in Macy's.
Oh yeah, no, they used to have like pilgrim inflatables and stuff like that too, and like they would become with the turkey.
Not in my. I'm getting a call from GD. Why am I getting a call from GD? He's on the screen.
No, that was
Amazing.
I was just
amazing.
if it worked.
What the deuce, bro? You're right, Carl. That is amazing for the reason you think.
Anyway,
because I can hear you from here, bro.
Yeah.
I'm just enjoying it. I'm just enjoying it with a nice big
I mean,
coffee.
it is fabulous, and it is right on par for what the fuck we put out.
Yeah. For people who are on PBM TV, Oh, and this is the first time you're seeing it. This is not exactly the clown show that you would normally get. It's a little different in that I generally wouldn't go for all these copyright strikes, but that's about it. I mean, it's generally
And also in the 8 o'clock corner, you'd have a guest instead of Carl.
Do we have a guest today?
Not today,
Carl.
No.
Oh.
Carl is
Oh, okay. You're saying usually we have a guest and not Carl. Okay.
Carl is actually a high-level admin above you two guys, and so he's not.
He really is. Yeah, he was here before either of us.
He has the keys to shut this fucking thing down right now, and
Yeah.
he has actually shut it down on me a couple of times.
I do, and I've done it. I've cancelled a broadcast with Mind Dog and Jackie Martling before. So
That
was an accident.
man.
That was an accident.
Are you sure that was an accident, not British imperialism?
Now, when you had Jackie on, and he seemed to take a liking to you, and you have
Yeah.
you ever followed up with him or ever done anything?
Yeah, we used to
since
email a little bit, but I've not spoken to him for a while. It just hasn't come up really. I do mean the thing is, I'm going to have to read the extra chapters of his book he sent me, and he sent me them in PDF, and I fucking hate reading things on on screen.
Yeah.
So we'll when I eventually do that, I'll follow up and hopefully get him on again before he you know.
It says that Tom the Turkey Balloon used to wear a pilgrim hat surrounded by kids. I remember that now. Now you're kicking past my dementia genes and stirring back a bit of random access memory. I remember that stuff.
Yeah, you're right. And
Ted, that was a younger Tom who hung out with the kids. Now he's older. He cannot hang out with those kids because of the restraining order. So it's not like he chose to not have the kids. He would still have the kids if he could.
Ted says, "Let that sink in." He's all of a sudden Elon Musk. Let that sink in. Pilgrims are politically incorrect in America. Now, weren't the Pilgrims always politically incorrect? Because with the Puritan shit that they had going on, basically they were burning witches at the stake. And although from my understanding, Pilgrims were England's criminals. And they said, instead of keeping them in jail, we can't afford to fucking feed them and all this stuff. Let's just ship them across the ocean and let them fucking fare for themselves. So they weren't really great people to begin with, although we've kind of fantasized about them and wrote books about, they were founders. They were pretty shitty people, the Mayflower people, from what I understand now. I could be wrong.
I know. I fantasized about them, especially Goody Parker. She was, she's hot.
To be fair,
I get the Columbus thing a bit, because didn't he just turn up into South America and just dash baby's head on rocks and just go, "Give me gold"? And when he didn't get gold, he just cut arms off and raped women. Give me gold.
He gave them all smallpox and gonorrhea and made them slaves.
Wasn't there a thing with blankets as well with Native Americans, just giving them blankets that had?
And that was the U.S. That was the official government.
Yeah,
that was the official.
That was later on.
Sergeant O'Rourke and Corporal Agon.
That may have been Hamilton. Was that Hamilton? No, Alexander Jackson, right? Who was the blanket guy?
Sergeant O'Rourke.
Oh, okay.
Agon.
Yeah, that's. Yeah.
I need to read a book.
See, they wouldn't get that reference. First of all, Carl
is that a Dances with Wolves reference
to it, and Willie wasn't born yet. F Troop.
F Troop. Okay. Yeah. Hey, that's what show that I haven't even seen on Nick and Night. Congratulations. Way to go.
There you go.
I used to love to watch that show.
But
I'll like go first.
England has it, because we talked to a guy from New Zealand the other day. And by the way, his connection was 1,000 times better than Willie's, which is fucking
right.
We're talking to a guy.
Hey, is that the guy GD tried to get to replace me? Is that the guy we're talking about?
Yeah,
okay, I just want to make sure.
Yeah. But England had this thing of like taking their bad people and shipping them off to the United States, Australia, New Zealand. So all these American-speaking countries really were the shit that England was trying to get rid of. Basically.
American-speaking countries. What does that
mean? Yeah, I caught that too.
Yeah, American-speaking countries. Well, they don't speak English.
Is that offensive to you, Carl? It's got to be a little bit.
No, it's just funny. It's like, what do you mean?
It is right.
Because obviously New Zealanders and the Kiwis and the Aussies don't speak American.
Well, yeah, there is a difference between American and first of all, American would never trousers isn't a word in America. It's a word in English.
No, I get that, but Australia and New Zealand aren't speaking American English, are they?
I think they are.
They say pantaloons.
Oh, no. Australia.
Well, I get maybe they've changed some words in a similar way. I get it.
They are heavily influenced by American culture and things, so they do. Well, we wouldn't say Barbie, but I don't think you would say Barbie either. Would you say?
Oh, shrimp on the Barbie.
I know. I never said bloomin' onion until they did it.
Oh my god!
But you know what? Because
dinkum, mate.
Yeah,
that's Australian.
Maybe you're right. It's like a hybrid in Australia. So speaking Australian is a whole different thing. But New Zealand, and he came up with some strange words that I didn't understand. Talking about the Pakia. Is that what they're saying? The Pakia, like.
Yeah, I think
that's a group of like native people.
Yeah,
there were no native people in New Zealand, right? It's not like they had Aborigines or any of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, there were Maori tribes.
Right.
You absolute ignorant racist American. Nobody lived there.
Well, here's what he told me. They had no native mammals whatsoever, and that includes human beings, right?
I don't know, but I know that the New Zealand rugby team do like a traditional Maori dance, and that's their tribal thing. So I assumed it was heritage from there, but who the fuck knows? They probably all came from China.
So maybe he doesn't count humans as mammals, and when he says mammals, he doesn't.
Well, a lot of people don't when they count mammals. They forget that we're animals.
Yeah.
Until they see us at a Republican convention or Trump rally, then they remember we're animals.
I've been to prison. Definitely, we're definitely animalistic. I know that.
He said they had bats though, and bats are mammals, right?
Yeah,
bats are native to New Zealand. That's the only animal, according to him, that is native to New Zealand, or predator, I guess.
What about the Tasmanian devil?
Not all bats are predators. Some are vegetarians.
Tasmania is part. I don't know. I'm gonna get it wrong. I was thinking Tasmania was a part of Australia.
They're actually part of the Looney Tune continent.
Just for my namesake, I have to ask this question. What about the koala?
Koala is Australian, right?
Yeah. Never mind. Yeah. Koala. It's Tim Conway did a joke like that on Carol Burnett back in 50 years ago. Really? Who's Tim Conway?
I think that's the guy who played. That was his general cousin, uncle. Right?
No, right.
Tim Conway.
Tim Conway played the dwarf.
I know.
He was on the Carol Burnett show.
Who Tim Conway is. I know.
Okay. Well, didn't you say who's Tim Conway?
I know. I was fucking with you.
Okay. Well, see, this is that cry whoop stuff. See, I don't know like when you're messing with me anymore. I don't know if you're seriously saying, like
Walsh wannabe. Now I'm a Brendan Walsh wannabe. I went from Howard Stern wannabe to a Brendan Walsh wannabe. By the way, Brendan Walsh will be on the program sometime in December.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That is so cool. Yeah. That is so cool. I'm very excited for that.
Now, GD, do you even know who Brendan Walsh is?
Is that John Walsh's missing son?
Yeah, that's who it is.
So we found him. You found him.
Even Ethan, I forget what his name was. No, I think that kid was dead, right? That
kid got killed. Didn't he get like decapitated or some shit?
Something like that.
So he only had the one. That's it. He didn't have another.
Well, I mean that's what sparked him like starting all the
Right. Brendan Walsh is, if I say this, he's the most creative comedic mind ever in the history of comedy.
More so than Albert Brooks.
More so than now, creative in coming up with bizarre, unique takes on ways to do comedy, and fearless like Albert Brooks. But I'll tell you, in a way, he was fearless. He did a live stage show in front of an audience with prank phone calls, and one of the prank phone calls was to a hospital where he made a bomb threat.
That's not a prank. That's not a prank. That's a crime.
It's a prank. If you just shut the fuck up. Thank you. It's a prank on the audience because it wasn't real. It was his wife on the other end. But he was making the audience hate him to do exactly what you do. That's not a prank. That's not funny. And the audience was getting super angry at him. And he let it go on for like an hour before he let them off the hook. And like, it's not really a hospital.
That's great. That is great. Because I mean, in reality, to do that, it would be a terrible thing to do, and it absolutely is a crime.
Yay, Israel!
So Carl,
how do you want your babies cooked?
So Carl, what is there a food that you can eat so much of that you get sick, and then as soon as you throw up, you eat it again?
No. I'll eat something obsessively for a long time, and then I'll get sick from it, and then I won't touch it for 5 years.
The only food I've done that with is beer. Just
tequila. I did that with tequila. I couldn't touch tequila for like 7 years at one point.
Did that plenty of times with beer.
Yeah,
I was a puking rally kind of guy. And it's really amazing that I never died of alcohol poisoning in my late teens or early 20s. Because I had to get.
I mean, I think Carl could say that too. We all, I think,
we probably all could
come to the close edge of that alcohol becoming.
When I was 18. I had 2 bleeding ulcers. Well, one on my one in, like at the bottom of my esophagus, and one on my stomach. And the reason I found out was because like I kept getting into these coughing fits, and then I would cough up blood. And my boss at work made me go to the doctor because whenever that would happen, they would just send me home because I was coughing up blood. They're like, "Get the fuck out of here," But that started happening so consistently that my boss was like, "Hey, you got to go get checked out and see what's wrong." And I was like, "I don't have insurance." They're like, "I'll pay for it." So I go to the doctor, and like, I get the procedure done, which they do the scope thing or whatever, and look at everything. But then, so the doctor gives me the summation, tells me about the bleeding ulcers that I have, tells me what they're going to do to help fix it or whatever. He goes, "Before you go, though, the anesthesiologist wants to have a word with you." And I'm like 19 at the time, 18, 19 at the time. And I'm like, okay, well, that seems kind of weird. I don't know why me and the anesthesiologist got to talk post operation. You know what I mean? And so the anesthesiologist comes in and he says to me, he says, "I don't usually make a habit out of telling people how to live their lives, but whatever you're doing, you need to slow down." And I was like, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Well, we almost couldn't do the procedure on you today because I had to give you the maximum legal dose and you almost didn't go under. So what that tells me is that whatever you're doing to get high recreationally, you're almost killing yourself to do it."
Andy had that kind of story when he was on the table for the pancreatic cancer thing, because they asked if he smoked weed, and he had said no. And then when he was on, they were giving him the anesthesia. They said, because if you smoked weed, it might interfere with your ability to
wake up,
to go under. And he said, "No, I smoke like a half ounce a day, man. Give me all you got."
Nice.
Todd says Brendan Walsh had a voicemail greeting that said, "Hi, this is Brendan. This is my old number. My new number is whatever it was." And when you dialed it, it was the same number. It's George Washington thing. The thing I want to find is he's fucking with Roger Stone. You know who Roger Stone is, right? Trump's campaign guy, Watergate guy, Nixon's Watergate. He's fucking with him. Somehow they got a live stream interview with Roger Stone, Brendan, and whoever his friend is. I can't remember his friend's name. But the friend is playing the straight guy about to do the interview, and Brendan is the the color man in this interview. And every time Roger Stone comes in, Brendan is acting like the idiot who can't hear him. Wait, we got technical glitches. Oh, I'm gonna go out and come back. Why don't you go out and come back? I'm gonna go out and come back. And Roger Stone is just getting fucking infuriated because a half hour in, he still has not said a word, and you see his face. He's like ready to fucking kill. It's a work of art. Now you got to see it because I didn't do justice to it. But Brendan is all over the map, from his George Washington stuff where he loses his fucking mind over people not knowing facts about George Washington.
Go check out some clips from his podcast as well. He's just he's a great improv in the moment creative guy. Yeah, you can't really do it justice. You got to listen to the guy, and he did the Yelp reviews on Andy's charity thing, right?
Yeah, and people on Reddit, that thing has found its way to Reddit, and people are always asking for more of that. A couple of people said this needs to be in a book. I could see a coffee table book of Brendan Walsh's Yelp reviews. Have you heard of the Yelp reviews?
No, but I don't know if you know this, but I'm a top 10% Google reviewer. So I mean, I do a lot of reviews, and I can only imagine.
Yeah. Well, if you know Brendan, maybe you can imagine. I don't know.
I'll definitely check it out more. I know mainly from podcasting and stuff like that. So
yeah, B-Man, the world record podcast is
Frank Cum.
Yeah, Frank Cum. Yeah, that's his email account, Frank Cum at Gmail, I believe it is. Where he's his own lawyer, but his lawyer's name is Frank Cum. Yeah, you got to experience Brendan to really understand what I'm talking about. But he is super creative beyond anybody. And it doesn't mean, that's not to put anybody else down or to say people aren't funny. It's just really creative in some of the areas he chooses to take stand-up that nobody else thinks of. Like, I'm surprised that nobody else did the ventriloquist thing before he did. But he did the ventriloquist thing where the puppet is the straight man and he is the dummy.
What?
Yeah. The puppet is the guy and he's the dummy. So the puppet is saying, "Hey, Brendan, say hello to the people. Hello, people." That kind of shit.
I think that we should talk to Jeff Dunham and we should try and get them to do a live action of Walter and Bubba living next to each other, and Jackie could play Walter, and I could play Bubba because I got the optional teeth. We can change my teeth however we want. I just got to get a new partial.
Well, if you wanted to do a parody of it, Jeff Dunham would never stoop so low to this clown show. But he's a dick.
Coined the phrase.
Yeah, nobody fucking likes that guy except people who make money off of him. He is a total racist douchebag.
But he sells out of shows.
Huh?
He sells out of shows.
Yeah, he does sell out of shows. But
I think he means professionally. Like people that work with him are not fond of him.
I guess I've never worked with him.
I mean, I've seen like, didn't he have a reality show there for a little bit? I swear he had a reality show for like.
I think Peanut had a sitcom. I have no idea.
But you saw some of how he was behind the scenes with it or whatever, and yeah, it was shrouded, but like anybody who can pick up on that stuff, wow, this guy's really an asshole, but he's good at hiding it, Like
he's not so good at hiding it anymore. I mean,
right? Yeah. Well, I think because the jig was up once that, because I really think that after that came out, people were just like, "Wow, he's really kind of just a dick."
I think it started as bullshit. It started as bullshit cancel culture because he had a terror an Islamic
the dead terrorist
dummy, that doesn't necessarily make you a racist. You know what? You have to be able to kind of make fun of stereotypes, and
yes,
but the fact that he kind of came out and said that he believes all Muslims are fucking terrorists, that kind of
right.
Paints him as a racist. I gotta go base my bird. You guys take over.
Is that a euphemism or is this a Thanksgiving tradition?
It's both. I'm gonna go base my bird and base. I'm self-basting. I'm a self-basting dog, like a self-basting. It's your show. Take over. Badmouth me. Call this a clown show. Do whatever you want. It's your show. Take over.
I would like to take this opportunity to remind people to remove your giblets before you put your turkey in the oven.
I didn't do that. I didn't do that once at Christmas. I forgot the first one I ever did living alone. Well, with my girlfriend, I left them in. It wasn't.
Now, did you not know they were there?
I took them out the wrong end.
Oh.
Yeah, I also took them out the wrong end. I took it out. I was like, why are they so difficult to get out? Yeah, it wasn't. It was a disaster, but first year living alone and all that.
Did you notice they were in there by fingering the turkey? Is that what you were doing?
Yes.
And then you were like, "Hey, what is that bag I'm feeling?"
Wait, what's this? What's this?
Some kind of illicit contraception, you whore. But get that out.
What is this? A turkey diaphragm, you bitch? Oh my god!
But yeah, this is the one year. See, Matt probably thinks it's manly to do the turkey. He's gonna. I'm gonna cook today because it's manly to cut the bird. I bet he doesn't cook. He can't boil an egg for the rest of the year. But today's the day to be the man. I'm gonna carve and baste the bird. Love it. I love that. I do.
Now, Willie, where do y'all go for Thanksgiving, or what do you do, or is there anything that you do?
Well, I mean, generally, it's
other than lean your tree against the wall for Thanksgiving.
Listen, for one, that is not leaning against the wall. If you want me to show you, I will. It's in the.
No, I'll take your word for it. I'll take your word for it.
This is not B. This is not my house.
I don't judge. I don't judge. Look, I didn't ask whose house you broke into to shoot this.
Oh my god! Listen, I would not break into this house. He owns guns and he would use them. I'm just saying right now, this is a bad house to do that to. Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure that I saw his sharpshooter commendation in the sitting in the closet. So I was like, yeah, no, this is definitely not somebody you want to upset.
Okay, Carl, since Thanksgiving is when we officially start our Christmas shopping season. Since you don't do Thanksgiving over there as a general rule of thumb, when does your Christmas shopping season start?
That's a great question.
I know. I'm sorry, Carl. That's what I do, Willie. Go ahead, Carl.
Yeah. Mine starts as late as I can possibly order it from the internet. 22nd of December. But we do get Black Friday as another import from America now. Halloween kind of took us over the last few years, but now we get Black Friday the last few years. So we get the Thanksgiving weekend deals
without the turkey.
I would love to see your police really raise a fuss, because isn't that somewhat celebratory of Thanksgiving? I think it's fucking. Well, I didn't even know that until this year. This was the first year that I found out that you're not allowed to celebrate Thanksgiving in England. You can literally get locked.
I don't think that's definitely not true. There's a lot of Americans living here. The bar across the street it must have been an Independence Day party, because I went in there and they turned it into like a honky tonk. They did a pretty good job, to be honest. They had an American band full of Americans. So I'm sure they'll do something similar there this weekend. I'm sure they will.
No, okay, Carl. I'm sorry, when you said an American band, here's the deal. We have so many British actors over here that sound more authentic than we do. How do you know that those are authentic American bands?
It could be deep cover. Yeah, it could be deep cover actors playing Southern.
They could be deep UK fakes. How do you know?
I should have asked. I assumed the what I thought were Americans around me, but now I'm questioning even that.
Because y'all fool us. Y'all fool us all the time over here. We're watching damn.
They fool me.
There was a guy on the street doing interviews about top American bands with American people, and they were naming like Beatles and Stones and Back and Rush or whatever. Like
these people shouldn't be allowed to breed.
Fucking American band, and none of the Americans knew that they weren't.
The first one that shocked me was The Wire, because I watched The Wire and I didn't know Dominic West was English until after I'd watched it, and then I saw him on some show, and he's got a Baltimore accent and stuff.
Yeah. I was really impressed to find out that the guy who played Rick on Walking Dead, I didn't because he's got there's no way you can tell that he's an Englishman from that show at all.
I'd forgotten that as well. Yeah, I just don't think of it. I mean, Christian Bale, although Christian Bale does have, he's got he never uses his real accent. He grew up in Wales. He's got an English accent, but quite often flawless American, different accents in his different films. But then it will come out sometimes. The odd word will slip out with him.
I just want to say my favorite Christian Bale movie is still Newsies, by the way.
Couldn't hear you, Mind Dog. You're breaking up.
I said, Oh yeah, you are
It
breaking up.
might
Yeah,
be my
you're choppy.
connection.
It might be the location. You're in that corner. I think that's a bad corner, Matt. You want to
Yeah,
swap
you're
with
hanging
me?
out in the wrong corner, man. Put
Yeah,
GD
flip-
down there.
Yeah.
Testing 1 2 1 2.
Oh,
Give
what
him
the
some
fuck?
crack.
What the fuck? You know what? You know what? This kind of disrespect. I don't gotta take this shit.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I'm getting lightheaded.
What the hell?
Oh my god!
Did they badmouth me? I want to in the chat room. Did they say bad things about me while I was away? I want to know. Let me know.
Well, we forgot to be honest. I intended to, but we forgot. We just had a nice discussion about Thanksgiving, I think, and Christmas.
About birds and eating,
and Black Friday. I did not know. So I guess your Black Friday over there was started by corporations and not by people.
Oh yeah,
it wasn't like
Amazon.
Okay, yeah, it wasn't like a green grass. What they think that the movement from the people,
Grassroots movement.
Yeah, grassroots. Thank you.
No, it was very much just meteors down movement. If that's Amazon, and then all the other, then everything else was like, get your buy our stuff, you fucking worms.
It's more a product of the internet and commercialism. It was always about commercialism to begin with. So it was never about a people type of thing. Black Friday is always about.
I remember when you had to go to the stores, even when it started here. I mean, Amazon was around, but people were still getting trampled for TVs and shit like that, Xbox and all this 10 years ago. But now, obviously, it's mainly just online. I'm not going to go near a fucking mall over this weekend or any weekend for Christmas now.
I've never done Black Friday shopping, and I don't really have a desire to because, like, I mean, as you can see from my T-shirt, like me being around that many people, especially that are being like largely disrespectful and rude and shit, like I'm not gonna handle that well. I'm gonna lose my shit eventually.
I might, if I see something on Amazon that I like this weekend, I might order it, but I'm not gonna make a big fucking deal about it. It'll just be like a couple of things.
This parade has become so fucking. I mean, I know I'm looking at it with nostalgic eyes, and it was never like a great thing to me in the beginning. But now they got Pokemon and all these dudes dressed in like hazmat suits. It's just very weird.
And then the gays.
I'm willing to bet the hazmat suits are preparation for a terrorist attack. They're just in case somebody attacks, a terrorist attacks the parade. They have the people in the hazmat suits to absorb like the white powder that they throw.
That's a scary ass prospect because that means that they anticipate it coming.
Well, that's a possibility. It's
I mean, sure, but if they got somebody down on the ground with hazmat suits for that reason already, then they probably received a credible threat.
Oh, you don't even want to know what's in the balloons. It's like a calming gas. As soon as something happens, they pop the balloons. And all this gas comes out, and people just fall asleep so they can be sedate.
Now they have girls in their pajamas and Carl's favorite people following up the fireman band.
The Lollipop Guild?
No, Carl loves firemen. I don't know if you know, Carl has a fireman fetish. He
Do you?
Yeah, he dreams of having sex with the entire NYFD.
Maybe listen, I just saw a couple of pictures of them running away from the towers.
I mean, they do know how to handle a hose. You know what I mean?
Yeah. First responders, as they call. Now, were you guys familiar with the terrorist attack on the U.S. yesterday?
Yesterday, was it Buffalo or where was it at?
Niagara,
Wasn't it a drunk guy in his Bentley on the way to a casino?
On his way back from the casino, he was trying to make a deposit before the checks that he wrote at the casino cleared.
Man, that car flew.
It wasn't even. It was somebody leaving Buffalo to go to Canada. So, if anything, if it was a terrorist attack at all, it would be an American attack, a terrorist attack on Canada.
I guess when they just reported there was an explosion, a car blew up at the border point. It's the first thing you think of, to be fair. But the media were all over it straight away, spreading it around. Terror.
It was full of bombs. They had other bombs that didn't detonate and all that kind of. That was just made up.
But I guess because I never heard that. You know what I thought it was? To find out what happened because
I thought it was somebody trying to. Oh, go ahead.
No, I just because we know that. I mean, if you look at it, it was out of control. So did he have a heart attack coming around the corner? Because it was going full pelt, avoided a car, and then did a Dukes of Hazzard fucking jump.
He was because what he heard on the radio that the Kiss concert was canceled. He was going to a Kiss concert in Toronto. He heard it was
and then
canceled,
went to a casino.
He tried to veer off to change his direction to go to the casino really rapidly and lost control of the car and went flying. And
can you imagine what the passenger is thinking at 100 miles an hour?
I don't think it's 100.
But they're thinking, Jennifer.
Bro, the first time I ever went over 100 miles an hour in a vehicle, I was 17 years old, and my buddy Alex was driving. And we were on this straightaway that was like a back road between these two towns. And I knew that it was a straightaway, but I'd only been on this road maybe a couple times in my life. And what I didn't know, but what Alex did know, is that we were about to hit a speed bump, which we hit at about 120 miles an hour. Now, he knew where it was coming and he was prepared for it. And we totally went fucking airborne, which was absolutely terrifying to me. But also exhilarating at the same time. I'm pretty sure that I pooped a little and came in my pants. And then I was just like, don't you ever fucking do that to me again, you son of a bitch. You know, I'm like, you fucking knew that thing was there. I'm like, and the reason I knew it was there is because he controlled the car. You know, if he didn't know it was there, we'd have fucking lost our shit and probably died. You know,
I'm thinking that the passenger was like, slow down, give me the wheel, you're going to kill us. And he reaches for the wheel, and that's why he hit the thing. He just...
Perhaps.
Yeah, he reaches for the wheel to try to save his life, and then he swerve and hit the thing and take off.
I
thought that they were trying to, just cause a scene so that they could bring attention to the homeless people that were missing in Detroit.
Yeah, I thought the homeless people that were missing in Detroit were all fed to pigs on a pig farm. I thought that was what happened.
I think that is what happened. I think that's something like
that story, right?
Yeah.
I'm axing out of this fucking parade thing. It's a dollhouse now. It looks like the end of the parade. It used to end with Santa Claus, but yeah, they're at the end of the parade now, and there's no Santa Claus. Is there a war on Christmas? Is there a war on Christmas?
Are you watching Fox News?
I'm watching on Global News. It's probably
if you're watching Fox News, there's a war on Christmas. That the whole time at the bottom, they're talking about the whole thing is anti-Christmas. The whole thing at the bottom. It's a war on Christmas.
Well, this war on Christmas, I want to know how it's being fought. Is it like a terrorist type of thing, or is it?
It's cyber
powers.
It's cyber.
Have you done a commercial yet today? We should probably do a
commercial. We don't need commercials today. It's Thanksgiving.
Oh, okay. All right.
The Jews, the Muslims, and
you corporate entity, William.
Fuck.
Yeah. So the Jews, the Muslims, and the Kwanzaites. Those are the ones that celebrate Kwanzaa, right? The Kwanzaites. They're celebrating. They're teaming up to get rid of Christmas.
You know, what does it say here? Tomorrow is North American Heritage Day, Native American Heritage Day. Tomorrow, not today.
We'll go to the casino.
Hallmark card. I have to get my Hallmark card for that.
That's weird that they would, because the whole what we were talking about before with the Pilgrims and the genocide and all that stuff. That they would put Native American Heritage Day on Black Friday. Now, in honor of Black Friday, by the way, GD will be hosting the program tomorrow, and Melvin Hayes, who is black, will be the guest. And no white people allowed. I'm not even allowed.
As a matter of fact, we'll be performing in blackface tomorrow.
Right. Willie, are you on the show tomorrow? Because you're really a little too white for Black Friday.
No, you can do it in blackface. Just get some Shinola.
I would never do blackface.
No, brown face. You're getting Shinola. You're getting actually brown face. You're using. Nobody does blackface anymore.
Black man gave you permission to do blackface. You don't get more, an opportunity.
You could do chocolate body. Bodybuilders do chocolate body, right?
I never.
I mean, kind of, yeah, like that spray tan or whatever, like that super spray tan. Yeah,
I didn't know about this.
So it looks better to the judges, so they have the contour.
Right. And Cyber Monday we will just have like robots do the show and no humans do it. So Willie, you could do robot face.
Okay.
Or your Wi-Fi could
I
work.
could do the whole show talking like this.
What a fucking clown show this is.
Listen. When I was growing up, my dad was an active alcoholic, and on Saturday mornings he would often go to the bar because there was a group of people that would play euchre, which I don't even know how to play this fucking crazy ass game. But I was a kid, and so it was a Saturday morning. Dad would just take me in there because it wasn't like busy or anything. But the guy behind the bar had one of these, and like. Dude, I remember the first time we went in there, I was probably like 8 or so, and my dad gives me $1 to go get a soda up at the bar, and I walk up to this guy and he's like, "What do you want?" And I was like, "Somebody with a real voice, please? What the fuck?"
Wow.
Like because when you're a kid, that's terrifying. You know what I mean? Like
I grew up with that. My uncle Isaac had one.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, quite often, most of the time, he just had the hole. And so he would, he didn't around the house. It was like very casual. So it was like he just had the hole. He'd be like,
right.
And so just something we grew up with.
I've not seen one in a long time. Do they still do that? I've not seen one of those in a long time. South Park had a character way back in the 90s when it started. It's like, why?
I remember that. Yeah.
I've not.
We
seen
used to have a guy who came to sing with, who came to watch the band, but whenever Mikey would go around with the wireless mic and give people and sing along, and he would do it.
No way.
Yeah.
No way. Did he sing though? Did he sing?
Yes. Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Oh, I'd fucking love to hear that. I'd love to hear that.
Didn't create a feedback loop.
You mentioned South Park. I'm gonna watch the Jesus versus Santa video today. I'm gonna.
I got it on DVD. I love
the vault of South Park and watch that today.
That 20 seconds part of it. Oh, my fucking hair! You pull my fucking hair. That's all I've ever seen of South Park.
Oh, are you kidding me?
It's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. There's a great. I saw a great clip of Cartman. I think either was he dressed as Hitler or no? Imagining he was Hitler. It's like little Hitler. It was fantastic.
Yeah, no, I know. Everybody's raved about it. I don't have television. Remember that.
You have
on the
internet, though.
internet.
South Park started as an internet show, for fuck's sakes.
But my behavior on YouTube is not active. It's passive. I just whatever they say I should watch, I watch.
You just bow down to the algorithm.
Yeah, I am a slave to the algorithm. I don't ever watch something they don't tell me to watch.
I mean, that's kind of what my wife does too. My wife just kind of goes through the feed of what's given to her or whatever.
Right.
Have we done commercials today?
No,
we're not doing commercials today. You know, if you would listen to me once in a while, GD, we've been over this already.
Did you say this at the 8 o'clock hour? Because I was in the other room and I didn't even know.
I said it 10 fucking minutes ago.
10 minutes ago. I wasn't listening.
How much weed have you smoked today?
I haven't smoked weed since last time I smoked it. I don't remember when that was.
Hey, you know what? Day 3 for me, by the way. Day 3, no weed. Very, very happy.
You know what? When Tommy Chong was on, you made a suggestion that he had given up weed. And I never pushed back on that at all. But he never gave up weed. Never in his fucking life did he ever give up weed. Not even for a day.
Are you, dude? Did you watch the interview? He hasn't smoked in like 20 years. He said
he smoked. No, he smoked with me 2 months before that. He never. No, he never gave. He didn't say he doesn't smoke. He smoked every fucking day.
Maybe it was a cigarette that he hadn't smoked or something. But weed.
I don't know. I'm gonna go back and watch it because I'm pretty sure that he said he hasn't.
What?
I'm pretty sure that he said he hasn't. But I don't know. I don't know.
You take that back, Carl.
I mean, if you
Chong
smoke with him, obviously that's
saint.
not true. I mean,
you take that back, Carl. He's a saint. Tommy Chong would never lie. He's a saint.
Felony.
Saint Chong.
He
smoked
on here last year as well. So he definitely.
I thought that I swear he said that he switched to CBD and uses CBD products now instead of
CBD products, but he still gets high. He still gets high.
Who knows?
Maybe he just doesn't like smoke. Maybe that's what he meant. Or did you smoke a joint, or what did you guys do?
Yeah, I rolled a joint and he rolled a joint.
Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah. I mean, I swear that's what he said. I thought that's what he said. I'll go back and watch the whole thing. I'll find out.
You know, Matt, a little while ago, you did something reminiscent of Sister Mary Elephant when you said, if you guys would just shut the fuck up and listen. Thank you.
You need to clip that. You need to go back and clip that as a sound drop. I think that's a good one.
Yeah, if you just shut the fuck up.
Dude, I was so mad that I wasn't wearing my "Shut Up Honky" shirt. I have it with me. I was just like, "Damn, I'm wearing the wrong shirt today."
GD, you weren't listening during the 8 o'clock hour. I did mention you because last night I did an interview with a woman, and I was talking about. I did no preparation for her because she was a late scheduled guest. Somebody else had scheduled. Canceled when they realized it was the night before Thanksgiving. Then somebody else scheduled and then canceled before when they realized it was the night before Thanksgiving. And then Monday night, a publicist asked, "Can we squeeze this one author in on Wednesday night?" And I said, "Sure," but I'm not going to know anything about it. And I didn't know anything about it, even to the point where her name is Sarah Hummel, and she's an author. Turns out there's 2 Sarah Hummels who are authors, and I had a picture of the wrong one up, and the publicist called me and said, "That's the wrong Sarah Hummel. You got the right book, but the wrong Sarah Hummel." So I changed the picture. But when she came on, I told her, "Listen, I have no idea about your story. I know we're going to talk about domestic abuse. That's all I know. I didn't ask one question." I said, "This kind of proves the point I was making to GD about the spontaneity of this conversation, because I learned about it with her audience." What a fucking shocking story. If you go back and listen to, and I know, it's a very serious thing. It's not something that's got chuckles and laughs and all that stuff.
Unless you're a comedian.
Even so.
Oh no, I'm telling you, we have, and like sometimes
would you
after
hear the story before you make this judgment?
I won't need to. And the reason why I'm saying that is because there's a bunch of us that started, like, we were just talking about our childhoods and the abuse that, like I said, my mother was raped, and other kids, like his mother's my mother was raped and used to have fist fights with my father. Another one, his mother used to have like punch, drag out fights and shit. So we were all telling these stories of what it was like to grow up in abusive homes and the violence that went on. And we were all laughing and telling the stories and reenacting them and doing act outs. And then we realized, and we said, we're having a ball, but we could never do this on stage. And then we thought about this: can we do it on stage and just let people know this is going to be about abuse? But we never did it.
Well, yeah, this goes way beyond that.
And this is men and women, hanging out doing this.
There were really no fucking laughs in this thing. But listening to the story, it highlights why, for this format, and for the best possible audience experience, is sometimes to experience it along with them, experience the shock and horror of her story. I'm going to really cut this down, but she was on the Food Network. She owns a restaurant. Food Network was coming in to do a profile on her. Her chef called in sick that day, and she was panicking because Food Network is coming. The show was Kitchen Impossible.
All right.
And so she called her husband, who's a fireman, who was a good cook, and said, "You got to come in and cook this day because we need,
I need
somebody here. I have no chef." It turned out the husband is an abuser, but she was living in denial.
Told you.
That
okay. But abusers notoriously ruin like big days. Like it's part of their.
Well, please listen to the story before you have fucking comments on it. Thank you. So she didn't realize she was a victim of abuse. She was in that deep denial until she saw the edited version come live. She had all her friends and family watching, and what all they did on the Food Network was highlight him abusing her and bits of him calling her an idiot, a fucking idiot, and just like going off screaming at her and all this stuff. And at that moment, she had a revelation that she was a victim of abuse. And she felt like she was ambushed by it, but it changed her life. Then she started confronting him about it. He became physically abusive and started beating her. All this goes on years, and they have 2 kids. long story short, she goes, a day comes when they're finally at a culmination. He's telling her he wants her to leave the house for 30 days. It's a setup because in North Carolina where they live, if you leave the house for 30 days, North Carolina considers that abandonment, and the other spouse gets everything, the house, the money, the restaurant, everything. And she could tell this was a setup. And she said, no way I'm leaving my kids for 30 days. They go to pick the kids up at school, and the guy says to the kids, Mommy's leaving you. She doesn't love you, to his 5-year-old and 8-year-old kid. She said, that's not true. And the little girl is using her defense mechanism of laughing at, Daddy, why are you being silly, all this stuff? Can we get ice cream? So the wife says to the little girl, yeah, let's go get ice cream. The husband says, no, take me home. She said, can't you just put on a show for the fucking kids and we'll deal with this later? No. And they're driving past the house, and she's not slowing down. She's doing 30, 40 miles an hour. The guy jumps out of a moving car, leaves the door open, and he runs towards the house. She finally stops. She goes chasing after him. He gets in the house, locks the door, goes upstairs, gets his gun. And the kids get in the back door, and they go running up the stairs to Daddy. She hears a shot. Fucking turns, oh, what the fuck just happened? Did he kill himself in front of the kids? She goes running to the stairs. The kids come out of the room. The white as a ghost. He shot. He didn't kill anybody at that point. Both kids were still alive, but in shock and scared shit. She grabs the kid, runs out to the street. The second shot goes off. The guy kills himself with his kids, right outside the front door. And so listening to that story for the first time, having no idea it was coming, an hour-long tale about this, and I'm asking, does the guy, at points I'm asking, did he ever kind of come to terms and go to therapy and realize with his anger problems and all that stuff? She's subtly saying he passed, and it took the whole episode before she gets to that fucking killing himself in front of the kids deal. And it's just fucking mind-blowing. It's a really good interview. I check it out. But the point of it all is that had I have known all of that, the interview would have been much less effective, much less compelling, and all that stuff. So sometimes it's better not to do any research.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying I need to do research, and also I would have probably not spoiled it for the audience. I still let her do her thing. I like to know what I'm getting into.
This is why you should never trust firemen. I've been telling you. They go to work. They don't do anything. They pretend to be heroes. They're not really putting out fires because there hasn't been a fire since 1987. Really, right? It's just cats and stuff. They get angry. They go home. They hit their wives. This is what I've been trying to tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I haven't heard anything in her abuse story that was anything different than any other abuse story that I've lived through or heard.
Sure there is. I mean, first of all.
Except for the TV coverage.
Most times, a guy will turn the gun on her, not himself. In most cases, that's a big.
Yeah, but it's not a surprise to me. I've seen my stepfather took himself out
in front of the kids
on the golf course. No, I'm just saying, but
in front of his children, 8-year-old and 5-year-old kids.
No, I'm just saying, but that was just my stepfather. I'm saying that was just in my case. Now, my mother shot at him, but technically, I don't think she was really shooting him. I think she would have hit him if she really was shooting him. But that's
I think there's a lot of nuance to that story, and
it's because it's her story.
I've told 5 minutes of it, of an hour long. It took her an hour long, and most of the time I wasn't even talking; I was just listening. But if I had known too much, I would have asked different questions, and it would have been a much different experience. So.
Or you'd have known not to ask, and you'd have had your gut feeling. And,
the awkwardness of me asking about the husband made for a whole different experience of it, and I think it was important. I think it benefits the show that I don't know how he passed, and I didn't even realize he was dead at that point. It took a half hour before I even realized before she told me he was dead.
Did she tell you the rest of the story that he's not dead anymore? No, I'm just teasing. No, you didn't give her a chance to finish the story. He's not dead anymore. They went back and got him. It's a redemption story, Matt. You got to read the whole. You have to read the rest of the. Never mind.
It wasn't that, but the point remains the same. It's best. It was a much better experience having known nothing about it, going it completely cold. I'm not saying you should do that all the time, know nothing, but I just knew it was about abuse. That's all. The book is about abuse. and it was my reaction and my experience of it definitely went along with the anybody who was listening to it had to say like, whoa, what the fuck. I know when I told my wife the story, she was like in disbelief that basically a guy would be so fucking, first of all, to bring your kids into an argument an argument that you're having with your spouse is really low behavior anyway, just to begin. But to fucking pull out a gun in front of them and shoot the gun in front of the kid, the son was fucking scared he was going to get shot. And the son's 8 years old. Really fucking amazing fucking interview. So that's what I was in the
fucked up shit, man.
Yeah. Anyway, that's what I was talking about you in the 8 o'clock hour, saying GD would have had all these questions lined up in a list of.
But I don't think that's bad. I think it can work either way. It can work with you knowing everything or knowing nothing. If you can make it a good conversation, it could send it one way or another, and it worked for you and this, and that's good.
I used to do that, but it always came out. Almost all of them felt like everybody on all audience, interviewer, and interviewee. It felt a little stale and dry.
And I do my research, and I don't. Most people don't get that impression that my interviews are stale. I'm just saying my interviews. I'm just saying it's here. I'm trying to play a role. I'm not like the GD that I would if I were like dominating the conversation or doing the actual interview. Here I'm just a spoke. You're the main guy. You're the dog.
I mean, one of the things that I've noticed that you do, which I think is a little bit odd, is that you like to make jokes that only the guest is going to get. Like because when you'll say it and you'll get your little chuckle from the guest, and Matt and I are just confused because we're like, and then they explain why that's funny. And I don't know if you know how comedy works, but when you got to explain why it's funny, it's usually not
I don't
funny.
know if you understand how Glenn works. I don't give a fuck.
If you're telling a joke, I think that's dishonest. If you're telling a joke, you want somebody to get it.
Yeah.
Oh, when I do something different, I'm the best. But let that Blaine guy, whatever his name is, Walsh guy, do it. He's a fucking genius.
He would he never like fucking do that to like bring up in a conversation with four people only something that him and the other person get.
Like a conversation with him and his wife where she's pretending to be.
That's a setup for the audience as part of a bigger joke. What you did wasn't that. You just excluded me and Willie from the conversation.
Well, not just me and Willie, but the whole audience. Right. Like the only person.
For how long?
And maybe the few people that might be listening because of the guest that's on. Because sometimes, of course, we're going to have different guests that come for that.
Until we ask what the fuck are you talking about?
But it's an inside knowledge joke that's lost on most of the people.
And then and then if the audience will learn about something that either way. Okay, let's put it this way.
Okay,
for the most part, the audience doesn't know the guest anyway. For the most part. So it doesn't matter if I bring up that they're going to learn something about the audience. The audience is going to learn something about the guest anyway.
Okay.
So does it matter that I did it that way, or
can I just make a suggestion? No. And because I'm not trying to be rude, but like, what if you ask them a question relating to the thing you want to tell a joke about? Because the thing is you want to show that you're like giving an original joke that's just about them. Which is great. That's a good thing to do for the guests because it makes them feel special.
So why we have this intervention then? That's great.
Hang on a second, because I'm trying to make the show better for the audience. If you listen to me for a second, if you were to ask them a question about that thing you want to joke about, they're going to naturally talk about that thing, and then you can put your joke in, and it's not lost on the audience. They'll laugh with you because we already know the information. But when you tell the joke because you know the information and nobody else does, the only people getting the joke are you and the guests.
I'm fine with that.
You see what I'm saying? I hear you.
And what you're saying is very great for you. I you know what I'm fine with what I did.
All right. It tickles your fancy.
I mean,
whatever.
but really,
That's
if y'all
fine.
want me to stop doing it, I'll stop.
No,
I'll do my best.
I'm just saying it increases the value of the show when more of the audience understands the jokes that are being told. You know what I mean? Like,
sure.
Like because it's great, crafty stuff most of the time, and all that skill is lost or diminished by people not knowing what the fuck you're talking about.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Because there's a great skill in crafting that.
I hear everything you're saying, and the only thing I hear is
you're not, unfortunately you're just not receiving it. That's the
problem. No,
You-
I hear no. Here's the deal. I would tell you like I tell all. I would tell you like tell you like I tell all of my.
Are we about to have a Jimi
friends.
Hendrix conversation? You listen to Jimmy, but you don't hear Jimmy. Is that about what's happening?
No.
I ask Carl a question. Carl, is this good radio or not?
It's the worst. It's the worst fucking thing on the internet.
Oh, Willie,
Okay.
sorry, I muted you and you can't unmute yourself. Both, you can't unmute. You got to unmute yourself. I can't unmute you. Willie.
Who's muted?
You were muted. No,
Who is?
You were.
I was?
Yes.
I was not muted. There's no way I was muted. I know I did not see the little thing. Usually there's
you were muted. You believe me, you were laughing and nothing was being heard. But that's fine. I just want to let you know that I tried to take the mute off and it took a second to take it off. Anyway.
Yeah, no, there's usually a delay.
Will mute happy.
Yeah. Now, this is not good radio because I'm under the impression that fights and arguments are compelling. I'm just trying to figure out where
I'm not arguing.
You were.
I'm not arguing. We're talking here. We're having a discussion
about whether you were arguing, but you were extremely defensive about it. And I
I'm
love
I'm not defensive.
You know what? I think me and Carl out let you guys just fucking argue all day, and if it'll help.
I'm not defensive. I heard everything he said. I just don't agree. No, that's just not me. But if you want me to stop, I'll stop. It's no biggie. I'll do my best because it's not natural for me.
Sounds pretty defensive, don't you think?
No, no, it's not. I'm trying to be what's it called? Compromising.
Right? No. And I'm not saying I don't think you should stop doing it. That's not what I'm saying at all. I don't think you should stop doing it. What I'm saying is that you should ask a leader question into the subject matter of the joke you want to
you're asking
tell
me to
about.
stop doing what I'm doing then. That's what you're asking me, because that's not what I'm doing. I'm doing something different. You want me to stop that behavior for a different behavior that you find more pleasing.
Okay, so tell me what the fuck you're doing then.
Yeah,
I'm doing what I do. I'm just doing what I do.
Oh,
that's
Jesus
all.
Criminy, dude.
I don't have the technical knowledge of what it is I'm doing. I just do it.
Okay. Oh, hang on a second. I know what you're doing. Never mind. I get it now.
Ah, fuck.
You can explain it to me then, because I honestly don't know what it is I'm doing. I just do it.
Okay. I mean, I could explain it to you, but I don't know if it's gonna make you feel okay about it or whatever.
I don't feel one
just
way or the other.
From a psychology standpoint, I mean, I guess what you're doing is like, I mean, I just don't get what is the value of telling a joke that thousands of people are gonna hear that only that guest and whoever that guest might bring into the audience that we don't usually have. Like, what is the value of doing that joke that nobody gets but you and them when thousands of people are going to hear it? Like that. I mean, that's all I'm like. Like I get that you're trying to exemplify that you're exemplifying your joke writing skills, that you can do it, over and over again for different subject matters and stuff like that, which is great. And they're well crafted jokes. None of that is what I'm like.
If I could
griping about
something in this fight, if you could inject your mother, if you could just say your mother.
Okay.
You know what? Hey, I love your mama jokes. I haven't done your mama jokes in so fucking long.
Okay.
Your mama's so fat. Your mama's so fat when she goes to the movie, she sits next to everybody.
Okay, I got you. I know what you're doing. Okay, my mama was so light My mama was so yellow that when we turned the lights off, we could still see my mama from 2 blocks away. Is that right? Is that how we do this?
You want to do my mama? Okay, all right, yeah. My mama was so fat. My mama was so fat it looked like somebody had cut her open from torso to the pelvis and just put in an exercise ball and zipped her back up. That's how fat my mama was. She was a weird kind of fat. You know what I'm saying?
My mama was so fat she had more chins than a Hong Kong directory.
Oh my god.
That's not bad. Carl, is this good radio or not? Is this terrible radio?
It's good now. It's good now. Yeah, it's good. The reviews are in. It's good. I'm checking the reviews.
Now, if you guys would both try to get yourselves kicked off the show, or get the other one kicked off the show. I mean, fight with each other in that way. Looks like you're muted, Willie. You muted yourself? I didn't mute you. I promise. Now, just wait a second to see if it unmutes. No, no, you're muted. I don't know. Try again. Yeah, I'm not. Maybe GD muted you, and now GD's muted. Everybody's muted, so it'll just be me and Carl. Carl, you got something you want to fight with me about? Can we fight?
No, I'm good. I'm having a nice time now. It's all very nice and chill.
I hate fucking nice.
We got normality.
Well, nice is not gonna cut it. Oh, Willie's gone. Willie left because it was too nice for him.
It's too difficult.
About Willie now that he's not here.
Sure.
What can we say about Willie? Well, maybe you should go back to prison.
Maybe that is the best place. Prison radio would be the best place, I think.
Yeah. So I'm glad I opened up the phone lines for nobody to call. That's what I really.
Not even Ralph. What's Ralph doing?
Yeah. Now, what is GD doing? Now, GD said he was going to be doing a song today. I don't know if he wanted to play a video of a song, or I think rather than do a live version of the song. I was thinking about it too, playing some, but I didn't hook up my equipment to do a live song. So, GD, are you back? Are you back?
Oh yeah. I decided it wasn't worth it.
What'd you do? Go take a Valium and
No, I was going to go get something. I was going to grab something, and I decided it wasn't worth it.
You punch your bag with your Willie. You got a heavy bag with Willie's face.
Agreed, yeah.
Oh, damn it! I should have gotten that. No, that's not what I was going to go get, but that's okay.
Oh, you do have one though.
Yeah. I got one of all of y'all.
That's fine.
What do you think I do in my spare time? I make little voodoo dolls.
How many guitars do you need? That's the question on the table.
13.
You don't know?
I have 5.
You know how many you have, or how many you don't know how many you have, or how many you need. They're two different questions.
I know. I probably need 4. Actually, I take it back. I need 5, but the 5th one is one that I don't have. I have 5 guitars, but I have 2 that are redundant. I have 2 electric guitars. That's redundant. But I would like to have an acoustic 12-string also. I like the sound of it. There's sometimes the sounds for the things I write goes better.
I hate the sound of it. It's a fucking... Oh, here comes Wandering Willie back.
Played an electric 12-string.
I really don't like the sound of 12-string guitars. I really don't.
Oh, I love them. Especially for some of the songs I write. It would be like, damn, I could use this for the... Yeah. But I don't also use the traditional tuning for the 12-string.
What do you do?
I tune it so that you know how like the some of them, well, the bottom 4 are octaves, I think, and then the top 4 are unison. Well, I make the top 4 more like a chord. So when I'm playing it, I'm playing the bottom 4 as one way, and then I'll play the top 4 with a different fingering. So they're actually a chord unto themselves.
If I have this correct, the high E and high B,
they're in unison.
Those are unison, right? And the other ones are octaves, right?
Right.
And what do you do on the bottom, on the low?
The high E and the high B, for the most part, they're tuned almost like a chord. So instead of the B being 2 B's and the E being 2 E's, it will be whatever chord that I'm using. So I can bar it, and it's actually a chord.
That would drive me insane.
Well, I'm just, yeah. And then the bottom 4 or bottom 8, they're the ones that are octave apart, and I will play those like they were regular chords.
My problem is with alternate tunings is I try to make sense of it and try to figure out like the music theory that works with it. Sometimes with that stuff, you just gotta throw caution to the wind and just see what sounds good.
I don't use a lot of music. I use a lot of music theory to people who know what music theory is. Like when I do the stuff that I do, my bass player and my keyboard player will go like, "Oh yeah, you're doing such and such," but I don't have the instant knowledge to know that's what I'm doing. I'm just doing it, and then they can reverse engineer what I've done, so that I can do it again.
Ted says he wants to get a baritone guitar. I've posed this question to people who have baritone. Couldn't you just tune down a regular guitar and make it a baritone guitar with thicker strings and tune it down?
I guess I'm just hearing what a baritone guitar is. I guess it's like a sax but deeper.
It's just a lower tuned guitar. I think that the bottom note is the B instead of the E. The lower note, and basically it's like you tune it like a 6-string bass kind of.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that's what it was called. I just called it a guitar that, okay.
But I think with thicker strings, you could do that on any guitar. I don't think you need a special guitar. Sometimes bigger bodies help for that lower tone. I don't know.
Well, I like big bodies. They get a deeper sound. But like my bass player, he has a regular 4-string bass. And when he was auditioning for orchestras, he noticed a lot of the bass players had 5 strings. And so my bass player, he was losing jobs because they would see that he didn't have a 5-string bass. And so they would ask him, well, what do you do when you play such and such a piece? My bass player would go like, I tune it down to a B, I play it, and then I tune it back to when I need it. My bass player, because he grew up without a 5-string bass. So he got to be very proficient at detuning and tuning, and having perfect pitch also helps.
Now, this is the Monster Mash guy that I hate.
Yeah, the Monster Mash guy that you actually would love him if you actually got to know him, but because you met him through Monster Mash, you hate him.
Yeah.
But the two of you.
That's true. I admit. I mean, Monster Mash prejudiced me against the guy forever.
And he's actually extremely talented, extremely musically talented, and the two of you have like the same similar musical knowledge. And I should say the same type of musical knowledge that I'm almost envious of. And so y'all actually could talk music.
Invite him on the show so I can take back all the nasty things I've ever said about him.
No, because he'd hate you he'd hate you because he met you through what I told him about you. No, I'm just kidding. All
right, so the tuning on the baritone is typically B, E, A, D, F sharp, and B.
Do we still need to let go of Gubs today?
Not until the hour is out, because there's no Knock 'em Dead today, so we can go to 11. We're almost there anyway. And then we have to say goodbye to PBM TV too. By the way, let me look at PBM TV and see how we're doing over there today. Bet you nobody's watching on PBM TV today.
They probably do. I bet you if we had I bet you it would really help our ratings if we had like turkey recipes, cranberry sauce recipes.
You mean we need Jess Paul? That would help.
you'd have to wait another year.
There's 176 people watching right now on PBM TV.
Okay.
Well, hello.
Okay, got the people on PBM TV. If you want to hear recipes about turkeys and stuff, raise your hand. So we can get raise your hand.
They have a chat room. They're not plugged into this chat room. I mentioned to Corey, and he said it's in the works to be able to integrate that chat into here so that they could actually talk to these people.
So we can't see them raise their hand then until they do that?
No.
Okay.
unless you go to pbmtv.org on a separate browser window or something. By the way, good time to plug them. If you're an artist, if you're a creator, if you're a comedian, they're looking for comedy shows, live streaming stuff. You can sign up there for free as an artist and get yourself streamed. You can do a live comedy show and schedule it in if that's what you want to do. You can do a live music show. You can do wrestling. There's a wrestling show on there now. They want to add more wrestling and that kind of stuff. It's a network that is made for artists and help you to monetize yourself. They take nothing, no cut from it. They wanted to be an alternative to Twitch because Twitch is more for people that do things like what Husky Boyo does.
Stream games and stuff like that. Yeah,
and stream games or do something crafty for people to watch. This is more
art
of
and
a
stuff,
platform
'Cause
for
it's-
artists who are comedians, musicians, actors.
Because Brock does art on
yoga
there, right?
bitches. Yeah. Did I just say yoga bitches on their network and get them
Carl, do y'all have yoga bitches across the pond?
Oh yeah, they're universal now.
By the way, I did talk to that Nick Eugene Densmore yesterday. He does want to come on the show for sure, and but he was asking about possibly doing like multiple shows because he's kind of had like like different parts of his career, you know what I mean? And so I think he wants to try and expound on different parts of that.
We could just focus on the Eugene thing is how do I say this? I could just fucking be myself. It's kind of it seems to me there used to be a song, Eugene. My name is Eugene. I'm a loose dude, a cool dude in a loose mood. That came out in the 70s, but it was kind of poking fun of intellectually or cognitively impaired people.
Right. Well, his character on in the WWE, like he was like autistic or something, of some sort.
What did he get it from the song? Eugene and a cool dude in a loose mood.
I mean, I'm guessing that WWE creative came up with that. That's probably not something he came up with himself. Usually, the WWE kind of does their own thing through creative on what your character is going to be.
I'm gonna Google it and find out. Cool dude in a loose mood. But the bottom line here, he can do more than one show, and we can come and just focus on one aspect that.
Okay, cool. Yeah. He said he would like to do like a 2 or 3 parter. So
hey guys, have you ever met Eugene? He's a cool dude in a loose mood.
He really is. He was so chill. Like we talked for probably a half hour before the show the other night, and he was so easy to talk to, so chill. You're gonna love him. You're gonna love him. I know.
In 1980, this came out on Crazy Joe and the Variable Speed band. I don't know. I didn't know that. So Eugene was a Crazy Joe and the Variable Band were a Kiss-related group. Kiss guitarist Ace Frehley co-wrote Eugene, and I think you see him in the video as a member of the band. That's interesting. And now they canceled the concert and caused a terrorist attack yesterday. So it's all coming. It's all tied together.
Full circle. Full circle.
Yeah,
I probably am gonna hop off here because there are a couple things I want to try and do before.
Hop off. We got 9 minutes left, and then we're all hopping off. And anybody hop the fuck off. I'm gonna
Happy Thanksgiving, Will.
All right. Right. Yeah. Happy Thanksgiving. Love you guys.
Have a good day.
What are you doing before you leave? What are you doing today? Are you turkeying out, or what are you doing today?
Oh yeah. The people that I'm staying with, I'm joining them for their family celebrations and stuff. But I got a couple other friends that I'm going to try and float around to throughout the day.
All right. Anything else for the weekend? Are you going to be here tomorrow for Black Friday, even though you're not allowed?
Yeah, I think so. But I do have some days coming up because I got some roadie gigs. Because one of the things when I'm out on the road for sure, because travel costs way more and stuff like that, I have to work some side gigs. So I'm doing some roadie gigs coming up. So what the days that I won't be on, I'll let you know. But there'll be a couple.
Roadieing for a band.
Yeah, for like so Grand Falls Casino. I worked with I work with Witch Hunt Productions. When I'm in the Sioux Falls area, they do like events at the Washington Pavilion, at the district, and out at the casino, the Grand Falls Casino, which is technically in Larchwood, Iowa, but it's only about 20 minutes from here.
Get my guitar, boy. Get my other guitar, boy.
I mean, honestly, I love doing roadie work for a lot of different reasons. You know what I mean? It's fun work for me.
You get to blow all the guys in the band.
Well, I mean, that's just a bonus. That's not work. That's pleasure.
I did a bit a while ago about Keith Richards roadie. The first time Keith Richards
no one
guitar.
cares. No one's listening.
Why am I muted?
Because Keith Richards. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I'll stop.
I don't know. Why did you say nobody's listening, Carl?
No, I was going to say no one's listening to each other.
Oh, no, I'm listening to GD. He was talking about Keith Richards.
Oh, no, I was just saying to do a bit about Keith Richards. About what?
You blow Keith Richards?
Don't worry.
Oh, no, about Keith Richards. His the way Keith Richards talked, I did a bit about how Keith Richards was explaining to his roadie for the first day that his roadie works with him, you know, and his roadie is trying to learn how to understand Keith Richards, because the whole point of a roadie is you anticipate your musician's every need, and so he's learning to speak Keith Richards, you know, and that was like years ago. I just thought of that when he was talking about the roadie stuff. That's all.
I don't think he's going to anticipate much stuff. I think he's just going to tell everyone about 8 billion levels of perception and hand them the guitar, which is good.
I did some roadieing when I was young, but basically you never get. When I was doing it, you never get to meet the actual stars or any of that kind of stuff. You're a low level $5 an hour. In those days, $5 an hour was way more than minimum wage too. But you were a low level grunt, and basically they would piss on you rather than say hello to you, the celebrities that you were working for. So
that's wild.
Yeah, well, if you're into golden showers.
No, I'm just into because I'm trying to think like George Benson. But then again, I don't know what kind of relationship he had with the guy that tuned his guitars and stuff. He would tune it, and like they would pass each other, and they would like say hi and shake hands or something, like that little black man thing that we do. That little.
Oh, is that a black man thing?
Yeah.
A lot of white guys do that.
No, they don't do it right. They don't do it right. Yeah. They do it, but they don't do it right.
No, you never. I don't know what to do.
Yeah, see, and we won't correct you. We just laugh. We just laugh behind your back. So you're like, no.
I think I kind of like every time somebody suggests that, I'm like, I don't know that, man. That's all. I don't know the ins and outs of it all.
It's generational because I fuck it up with the wrong generation. If I get someone who's like 10 years younger or 10 years older, I don't know how to adjust for inflation or generation. I don't know how to do that.
When Keith Richards does a recording session, his roadie pulls up with a studio with a tractor trailer full of vintage guitars. But again, it comes down to need. You only need one. You only need
when I recorded my CD, I needed 5. I used 5. Actually, I used 6 on the CD.
Never all at once.
For different sounds.
Never all at once. You need one at a time. You might need 5 overall the entire session, but you only need one at a time.
Well, there's one song I played where I wore 2 guitars at once to play.
Why? What was the difference between the two?
Again, it was the funky tuning. I was playing the lead, and then I would like hit the chord and let the chord go and do its thing in the background. And I kept playing a bit, and I didn't have digital delay back then. I was a poor kid who just had a fuzz wah, a volume pedal, and a square wave. I only had like 3 pedals back then, but I did have 2 guitars. I wanted to do something funky, so I would hit the chord and then play underneath of it, and then hit another chord and play underneath of it.
Wow. I never had a lot of pedals. I was never a pedal guy. I have a effect board now that comes with the amp that like is a channel changer, and you can program the amp to have different sounds. But I'm never a pedal guy. Carl's a pedal guy. Carl had a big pedal board. You know, Carl's a guitar player too. You didn't know that?
I've not played for a long time though. I need to bring it back. But I did have some pedals that I sold, and then I had a unit with a load of stuff in, which was never as good as the individuals. But I only had a distortion, delay, and a wah.
Wah. Sounds like what TG said he had.
A wah plus wah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that's my wah wah is my favorite pedal. That is my favorite pedal when I'm playing lead guitar. That is my absolute favorite pedal to use.
I could never get it right. I could never make it sound good.
Virginia is calling now. I don't think this is a call for the show. I could take it. What do you? Oh,
sure.
It's already gone to voicemail. Fuck.
Call him back. No, I'm just teasing.
Falls Church, Virginia. Now that's the home of Jerry Falwell, isn't it? Like the what is it? I forget the name of that church. Jerry Falwell's moral majority.
You know, but I also drove through Falls Church, Virginia last night to get home. Somebody could recognize me from the traffic and is trying to get a hold of me for the show.
Okay. Now, if they were willing to get into a fight with you about something that kind of boosts the interest and the quality of this clown show for the audience, that would be appreciated.
They just call in to say, Willie was right.
Or they call him to say something about your mother, which would be okay as long as it made you angry.
It wouldn't. There's nothing you can say about my mother that would make me angry.
Well, what about your mother? Your mother had a kid who can't get angry.
Fuck.
Anyway, 3 hours.
Well, that would be any of her other kids because they're all dead. They can't get angry or happy or sad.
We got to get out of here because we are stepping on Gov's coming up right now. And PBM TV, I don't want to step on the yoga lady on Thanksgiving. I call her yoga lady. See, I've modified my behavior already. I'm already adjusted to calling her the yoga lady. So I've grown.
Yeah,
That's what I'm thankful for this day. I'm thankful for you guys being here because if not, I would have been here alone with Willie. And that's
why I jumped on. I saw you all alone, but then you weren't alone. So I stayed.
I know. Well, I appreciate you hanging out anyway in your little soccer shirt there, ready to.
Little Brazil shirt.
Oh, Brazil.
So Carl, since you wait till the last minute to shop, you're not doing any Black Friday shopping.
Unlikely.
Okay. Well, happy whatever it is that you celebrate tomorrow, which is.
Well, I'll be celebrating going to get some food in town, and I might buy something because it's Black Friday. I might buy something black. I'll buy something because it's black.
Well, hopefully it's a person. They can still do that, there, right?
Yeah, but you can't do it directly because it's illegal. You have to barter and
the black market.
Say, just come and stay with me for a while, and I'll give this guy a dinner next week.
The Mike Johnson! You're doing the Mike Johnson blindside thing.
Do you even know who Mike Johnson is, Carl?
No.
But that's why I added.
I just said I agreed.
He's doing exactly what Willie said he does. He's just doing inside jokes that the guests don't get.
No, it's not but I don't get it. But I lied and said I got it. That's my bad. I just went, and then that would have been fine.
Yeah. No, and then I added blindside for those who didn't get the Mike Johnson reference.
Oh, he's taking us out now. But yeah, no, you have to do surreptitious slavery. Well, it's not slavery; it's surreptitious internships now.
Oh, okay. Oh, I got you.
Yeah, it's experience. It's exposure they get.
Yeah, which is how a lot of people get in trouble. It's the exposure.
Indeed. It's only if you make them build the if you've made them build pyramids again, you'll get caught. But you could, you get to do lower level tasks.
How close are you to the what's that place? That French place that burned down, the temple. The the church.
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame. How close are you to there?
Oh, like a 2-hour flight.
Damn. I've been trying to get. I've been trying to get some ashes so that, so I could sell them for Ash Wednesday, so people could get blessed by the ashes that were.
Yeah, but you could just make those.
But you gotta have at
gardens,
least, but you gotta put some genuine ashes in there so you can mix it up and say these ashes, are,
Yeah, I don't know
even
what
if
they
it's
did,
1
though.
part per billion.
Maybe there are some left. I don't know. I think it was a couple of years ago though, so they might have just cleaned them all up.
Yeah, it's been a while. Time flies when you're
How
burning
good could
down
they clean?
churches.
How well could they clean? I bet you if we look behind a sink or a
You know
toilet,
what?
there'd be some there.
I could try and go to Paris next year, and I'll go to Notre Dame. And
We could just
see if
smoke
the
a joint and
ashes
send him the ashes and tell him it came from there. And
No, but that would be false advertising. That's what I'm saying. That's why I need somebody with an inside Notre Dame ash connection.
Well, but we're not above lying to you about it. And so now, even if you do get authentic ones, you should be suspicious of it because it could be a lie. I just ruined it for you completely. Like, even if you do get the real deal now, you won't trust it.
Yeah. That's what I was trying to get Carl because I trust him. I know Carl.
Listen, you can't trust Carl.
And I am closer to Paris.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, that's good. But you can't trust Carl. We've kind of established this. You can't trust Carl. If you sleep on your belly, Carl will fuck you in the ass.
Well,
but you can trust him to do that.
Well, he might not. So
now you're telling me he might not. So now he's untrustworthy.
Very unpredictable behavior with Carl. You never know. Sometimes you can get fucked in the ass, and sometimes when you want a good fucking in the ass, he'll just like throw a banana in there. He'll throw a banana in there and run out.
I'm sorry, Carl. I misjudged you. I thought I could trust you.
You can't.
I would not put a banana in GD's anus. That someone will find a problem with that.
Plus, it'd probably be too mushy to get. He's pretty tight-assed from what I hear. So it'd be tough to get the banana in there. Maybe like a non-toxic dildo butt plug or something like that. You could force in there with a hammer.
My ass is magical. You put a banana in, you get a banana split out. It's magical.
1 banana, 2 banana, 3 banana, 4.
5 bananas makes a bunch of soda anymore.
All right, it's time to go. Doug Stanhope is having a live stream. A couple hours all day from the Funhouse. People go join that.
Are we invited?
You're not, because you know why.
Because I don't know who he is.
You don't know who Doug Stanhope is?
I know the name. I don't know his material.
Oh, well, he's a protege of Carl's. Carl is teaching him the ropes in comedy, and someday we hope he makes something of him. Yeah. So just like Barry Katz was on the program just to try to kind of lift his career on this program, to try to lift his career and make something of himself. Carl is doing the same kind of thing with Doug Stanhope, trying to help him make.
I tried to impart this over wine recently. Didn't work.
Yeah, and I believe Carl ate a weird piece of meat off of Stanhope's lap or something. There's a story there about weird meat and laps.
Well, he offered to eat some meat off my lap, but it was from a weird heckler guy.
I got it backwards. So Stanhope eating meat off of Carl's lap, not Carl eating meat off of Stanhope's lap. Terrible sin. Cardinal sin of broadcasting is getting it backwards. Anyway, thank you guys for being here. I'm thankful for both of you. I got to go baste my bird some more. I hope you guys will be joining me in self-basting, and have a great day. And thanks for coming.
See you tomorrow with some leftovers.
Thinking of you. Have a great Thanksgiving, guys.
You're hosting tomorrow. Bye, Carl. Bye, GD. Bye, me. I'm going to tell you to turn on your radio, or maybe not. Maybe I'll play something else. Should I play something else? I don't really have something else good to play. Yeah, let's play a short one so we can get out of here really quick. We'll just play this one.
Hey, yeah, mind dog, yeah, mind dog. If you ready for some action, this dog sure to keep you laughing. Let's go. Mind dog, yeah, mind dog. Don't roll, don't play fetch, only here to keep your interest. This is the show that you've been missing, full of comedians and musicians, plenty of interviews, entertaining, keep it funny, there ain't no debating. Call the man, you never know what they gon' say. Bean Flicker Kelly and Whiskey Dick Willie Conway. So authentic and straight raw, pushing the limits when they talk, doing it live when they stream. Mind Dog TV, yeah, so crazy, getting intense. The dogs are wild, better beware before you hop over the fence. Mind Dog, yeah, Mind Dog.